sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword, monkey sword.
I never know if you just want the topic so that you can discuss it, or if you want them to say what their opinion is.
Oh no, we
encourage opinions.
We
man,
want some engagement.
Yeah, man. We want to know what folk are thinking, but it's like when you're at, like you say to folk, like, what's your memories of school? Like, nobody's ever got any positive memories of school. It's always negative.
I've seen the other way, man. The way I spoke to folk, like, it was DOS at school, and you're like, aye, but remember when it was shite? Like, remember when it was fucking double
time.
chemistry first thing on a Monday morning? You're just like, Mr. Dixon wobbled his fat arse into the classroom sideways because he couldn't fit through the door frontways. Don't worry, they have to beat that out. He's dead now.
Is he?
Probably.
Ripping the chat, boys. Ripping the chat.
We just fire into it.
Oh yeah.
Myself with it. How's my mic? How are my levels?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
My level's good, Mike.
Levels is good. Levels is good.
Levels is good. Toast.
Toast.
You alright, Andy Mac?
I've got a sore side, but yeah, carry on.
Andy Mac's got a sore back.
A wee bit, it's just back in my rib cage, yeah.
Oh, mate.
It's probably because I've been sat fucking hunched in the studio for fucking days on end.
Racing the toaster.
You love that. You love the racing the toaster.
Honestly, you don't hear me. I about fell off my chair when he said that. When he had the danger man, I was like, Mum!
Mum hasn't said anything to me yet.
I'm waiting for my mom to come over in a couple of months, and she's going to have a list of all the filthy things that I've said on here.
I've got a feeling that I'm just going to get a telling off from Mama Dots.
Why?
That Scottish guy is cussing all the time.
She don't care.
I just want to go out drinking with your dad.
We should. You know what? I don't think I've properly been out like boozing with my dad. So we should go out for a couple of.
Take him to the B-bar.
You know what? We're definitely gonna. Yeah, please no. We're definitely gonna go to Brewdog. So
yeah.
That sounds like
a few beers with Papa Pats. Papa Pats will put us on the ground. Ever tell you the time that me and Paul took my dad out for like Father's Day drinks years ago? I must have been about 18.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing football in the morning, so I'd only had like a couple of bacon rolls and we're straight in the pub for midday.
Couple of bacon rolls?
Just a couple.
Only 6 bacon rolls, but it was noon.
It was like, I hadn't had my usual 5, I only had 2. But like, straight out drinking in midday, and then by 6 o'clock, me and Paul had to phone my mum to come pick us up because we could barely stand. My dad's like, you couple of poofs, man.
These aren't my boys.
Oh man, my dad's typical round is like a pint of Guinness and a double gin and tonic.
What?
Like,
my man.
Per round. That's just how he does it, man.
Jeez,
Like, but the thing is, as long as he's like me, he gets drunk really quick, but can continue on drinking.
Nah, that's not me.
Didn't see any older guys just spewing in the street or that.
No, you don't. You're right.
You grow past that.
You're right, yeah.
That's because they're just solid. That's all they could do. There's fuck all on the telly, so you're down the pub on a Tuesday just drinking.
Iron River.
Didn't have Facebook in my day. Yeah. We had Guinness. That's what we had in my day.
None of that poofy Guinness you've got now. It was literally rust and water.
So we got drunk. All right. Let's go. Too much preamble.
Good preamble.
Yeah.
Good preamble. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Perth's Premier Podcast, Monkey Sword Fight, with me, your host, Jordan Patrick, and my co-host, Podcast Daddy, returning, defending,
and new,
Mr. Michael Dots.
Should I do 2 word with dots, or should I just do one? No, we'll do. I barely have one.
You
so
did one last week anyway.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Megan would probably explode if she ever heard you do 2 in a row.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot I sent that one in. Word with dots.
Yes.
My screen's going off. If you focus on what you left behind, then how could you see what lies ahead? Ooh, deep.
That's gay. Got Andy Mack on the 1s and 2s as per usual.
What's happening?
We're joined this week by special guest Nate Black of Fair City Jiu Jitsu and Perthshire vegan fame.
Number 1.
Nate's going to come on and talk to us some more about Jiu Jitsu, and you reached out to us when Andy Mack put it out to the universe that he was going to try and do a month going vegan.
Madman, eh?
So this should be an episode of me and Mike just sitting back, fantasizing about actual sausage rolls. And
it's funny because I was just in Asda, and you know what I hit the yellow sticker rack quickly, right?
For real.
So I got the juice that Andy got me hooked on, the 37p Asda fruit blends. And then I went to the back. I've been eating those chicken dippers, and I got the little chicken dippers in the back wall. But getting those, all gone. So they had like sausage rolls, and I was like, not sausage rolls, like 3 sausages in like a bun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I really don't want that. And I walked around after 3 times. I was like, fuck that, I'm getting it.
You're in the sweat counter.
Yeah. Sweat counter. Now I'm never going back there.
Love a bit of chicken sweat counter, man. I'm telling you.
But I didn't want to bring it in here. I didn't want to stink the whole place out with sausage.
Please don't.
Right, before it descends into too much madness, we'll get the business out of the way. This week's show is sponsored once again by the wonderful people over at Fair City Jiu Jitsu. Fair City Jiu Jitsu is Pershia's only dedicated Brazilian Jiu Jitsu training facility, and they offer classes suitable for everyone, every experience level, 7 days a week. Everyone's welcome. Now come in, get fit and enjoy being part of the team and learning something new. Your first session is free, and we have our very own member of the boys at Fair City with us who's going to big them up.
Yeah. I don't know what to big him up too much.
Okay. That Stevie seems like the type of guy with a massive ego.
Nah,
Don't.
you had him on. He's very humble. I don't think he realises really how good it is what he's doing, to be honest. Because we've kind of started from nothing really, and now 7 days a week. You've got multiple sessions really during the week as well. So daytime, nighttime. So it's kind of suiting everyone. Started the introduction course as well, which you help promote that.
Yeah.
I think he said there's something like 17 people on that. So it's picked up pretty well. Yeah. So it's getting big.
So did you start out quite early into the?
Yeah, I think I'd maybe been on for like 1 or 2 weeks, and then I was friends with Stephen's brother Sean, and obviously he started from day one with Stephen, so I seen on Facebook that he was doing it, and then just got in touch with him because I was always quite interested in like MMA and stuff like that, but never really had anything to go to because Perf's got now you've got Ryan Lyle's he's got a kickboxing class.
I've seen that, yeah.
That's quite recent as well, but before that it was just the boxing at Railway Club, so when I seen the jiu-jitsu I thought give it a try, so stayed at it since then. So it's been like 3 years now and still going. So
nice one. So what is it we asked? I'm pretty sure we asked the same thing to Stevie when he was on, but like what is it about jiu-jitsu, and like you say you didn't have any real experience before, so what is it about jiu-jitsu that got you hooked in?
I don't know really, it's just something different than getting punched in the head. Then you go and learn, it's like a good self-defense base, and then you've got your fitness and discipline on top of that, and then I don't know, it's every day you go you learn something new, so like even after, I don't know how long Stephen's been doing it, I can't remember what,
7 years?
7 years or
something.
And he's still learning as well, so you're never short of learning stuff new, which is good.
And do you feel like it's giving you a different attitude in just your everyday life? Not so much that you feel more like I could roll that guy into a knot. Do you feel yourself like you're more open to learning things outside of jiu-jitsu now because of your experience with jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, it's definitely given me a different view on like meeting new people and that as well, because you come across people from all different walks of life and they're all doing the same thing. So that kind of things, I quite enjoy that.
Well, that team mentality is brilliant because there's for instance, I don't do it, but the football team I'm on, you've got people of different ages, different jobs, and, like who'd probably never socialise with each other, but things like this tend to bring folk together.
Yeah, exactly that. So that's a big thing for me. Is it's kind of opened up my eyes to just never like judging someone before you know them, if that makes sense. Sounds a bit cheesy, but you know you're always kind of open to get to know people rather than.
I suppose it strips it all away because you're all just sitting there and gaze, so you didn't ken who's who's into what, who's doing anything. You know what I mean? So
and it doesn't matter like big or small, male or female, whatever. Like you're all spar with each other at the end of the night. So.
That one class I went to, my missus had me choked out in about 5 seconds, so it's definitely made me reevaluate like arguments in the household.
Yeah. You want to be on your back on the couch or something?
Yes, I'll maybe gear up a wee bit easier because I can watch. Oh no, I shouldn't. I don't want to do an Andy Mack and start.
Start what?
I know. Where are you going with
shagging folk?
When have I ever done that on the podcast?
On this week's episode, not
yet. We're only 5 minutes in now, so
sorry. Continue.
Right, so, have you competed in that since you've started as well?
Yeah, I done a competition a few years ago. Then my first one, I came second in that, and then last year I done 3 competitions, and the first match in the first competition got beat in the first match. Then the second competition came round, same again, beat in the first match, and then in the third. I signed up. You do gi and no gi. So no gi is just like your shorts and t-shirts.
Rash guards and stuff.
Yeah, so I just signed up for that just so that if I got beaten the first match again, I've got another match in the day rather than just going for the day and getting beaten, going home. So I thought I'd go and at least have 2 matches. So I went, and then in the gi again, beating the first match. So it was a bit of a running. It was frustrating, but then I never really trained no gi much. I think I'd maybe done like 2 sessions or something before. I've done it over the years, obviously, but I'd maybe done like 2 sessions before the competition, and then there was like, I think there was like 21 boys in my weight class. So there's like, to get to the final, it's pretty. I think you need to have 5 matches. I think I had 5 matches, I think, but I won the first 3 matches, and then got beat in the 4th one, and then got beat again in the 5th one. Against the boy who actually beat me in the gi as well. So it's a bit depressing. But
a learning experience.
yeah.
And did you find that when he beat you in both matches, it was in the same sort of areas, or was it?
in no gi it was a lot quicker. Like,
Right, okay.
In the gi it was points, and then in no gi he submitted me within like maybe like 30 seconds or something.
So wait, what's the difference between? Oh, I know it's gi and no gi, but why would you not want to wear it, or?
I suppose it depends on like your background. Like some people like to focus their jiu-jitsu on, like say they do MMA, for example.
Yeah.
You're going to focus more on like what you would wear in an MMA fight. So a lot of people still train in the gi as well. But if you're wanting to focus it on your MMA, then you would do no gi.
Okay.
So if you know what I mean. But it's also a bit more. Like, well, it's not less technical, but it's a bit more of a scrap than. In the gi, the gi's a bit more technical.
It's a bit more physical without.
Yeah,
no gi.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Is that? But in the gi, obviously, you can use the gi as part of your chokes and your submissions. So I'd imagine, like you say, it's a bit more not strength based, but like you've got to just power in and try and get the normal submission without having to being able to use anything else.
So it's just your limbs is all you've got to go on. So yes,
it'd be spindly.
So
that helps.
See, I don't know if that would make it easier or not, because you'd figure it'd be easier because you've got this big collar to grab on.
Yeah. But then they've got that as well. So you know what I mean. It's kind of
evens itself out.
Yeah, evens itself out. It's like in no gi you've got more chance of like slipping away. But when in the gi, if they've got hold of you, it's kind of a bit more difficult to get away. Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I do gi more often, so I prefer that. But I find no gi more fun because it's only, we train it once a week, so it's like every Friday it's like a good difference. Like the weeks it's.
Do you ever think because you've then not got the gi and not got the collar, it forces you to be more creative?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's more explosive if that makes sense.
I was going to say aggressive, but explosive
same idea.
Yeah.
Because I'd imagine as well, like in the gi, if someone's got a good grip on your collar, they're not going to give that up without a fight, whereas there's nowhere you can really pause in no-gi. All the videos I've seen in no-gi, it's really fluid and it's like it's constant movement, whereas obviously, well, maybe I'm saying obviously I could be talking total shite, but if you've got a gi on, you can almost pick your moment. If you've got a good lock on somebody, you can almost sort of look for an opening a bit.
Yeah.
Take a bit more consideration as to what your next move's going to be.
Yeah, it's a lot more, like, not slow moving, but it's a lot more, I find it's a lot more technical, yeah.
So it would be, it's kind of like when you play any sport, and if you're in your uniform, especially if you're playing like American football or something, if someone grabs your jersey, you're not necessarily going to be that angry about it. But if you're playing American football and you're wearing just like a normal T-shirt or something, someone grabs it, you may get a little bit more physical because you're trying to get away from them or something like that. So probably in the same kind of fashion, no?
Yeah, like I said, from the videos I watched, like I love watching like Eddie Bravo, like just like watching it, like even like without experience with jiu-jitsu at all, just watching someone at the top of their level and the way they can get from one position to the other, and you're almost just like, how the fuck did he do that? And you end up watching it back. So Steve-O touched on it before as well, that he spends a lot of his time just watching jiu-jitsu and reading up on it. So do you do the same? Do you study quite a bit outside of it, or? Nah,
not really. I think that's maybe where I go wrong sometimes as well, because I think it does definitely help a lot if you do look into it, but I don't know, I've just always found it hard to keep concentrating if I'm trying to watch stuff when I'm at home or that. My mind just wanders elsewhere. So,
so yeah, you prefer like doing it and getting shown how to do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely I learn more from doing something than like watching it.
I'm the exact same.
But that's understandable, because it's not like something that you can necessarily do at home. You really need to go someplace to do it. So it's maybe a mentality thing. I'd probably be a lot the same. It's like, I'm not thinking about sports that I'm doing or golf or that when I'm at home. you know, I go there to do that, I do it, but then when I come home, I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I understand that.
I think about stuff like if I've been at training, I'll go home, I'll think about what I've been doing at training, or like if I've done a competition, I'll think about what went well and what went wrong and stuff. But I just find it hard to like watch something and like really focus on it and then go into training and think about what I've watched at home. I just.
Do you prefer it to just be a bit more, not so much off the cuff, but being able to find like your way of doing something?
I don't know. I just find it easier to get taught. Like when Stephen teaches stuff, I can understand it more from like an up close.
So find yourself like saying to your missus, like, come here a second, I want to try something. Just flipping her into an armbar or something.
Can't
She's crying in the kitchen now. It's like, oh,
stop,
sorry, baby.
Thank you.
I don't think it would work the same at training if I tried to afterwards.
Everybody learns in different ways, you know. So, you know, across all kinds of learning and education, you know, some people learn by practical, some people learn by reading stuff, some people learn by looking at fucking PowerPoints and that kind of stuff. So it's just whatever works best for you. But I get that. It's like, you know, how could you kind of learn jiu-jitsu, not from a book, but or watching stuff? It's like, I'd want to be there experiencing it. So why does it work? That's why it works. Do you know what I mean? Like,
from the people that I've read up on that as well, I think from what I said is like watching the videos is, because jiu-jitsu, correct me if I'm wrong, it's such like a dynamic sport that you can watch someone do something and you could think, see if you did that differently, maybe work, and then you'll try it that way, and that's how it's constantly evolving. So there's no one way to get from A to B. There's a million different ways you can get to where you want to go. Yeah,
that's how I suppose that's how it's always changing as well. Why it's never stayed the same. It's evolved over all the years. And like, you'll watch stuff even in like MMA, like in the UFC, and that you always things that will happen just never seen before, and that's been around as well since
just like a spur of the moment thing. Just someone stuck in a position and they've just flung an arm out. Nice. So would you say, have you got any sort of like idols in the sport?
Nah, not really, to be honest. No, no, I'm kind of like dedicated to it without being like a super fan of it. Like Sean and Stephen and that, they all talk about like people that they look up to, or like this person did that, and I'm again oblivious to. So.
I always thought that like with guys that played football who didn't watch football but they played it, and I was just kind of like, that's so, just growing up on it, it's like I watched it all my life, and to just see someone, I think those are the people that are more dedicated to it. It's kind of like, I don't watch those losers, I'm in there with it.
It wasn't until I started playing American football that I really got into watching it, because I understood a bit more about what was going on. So I was one of those guys, so fuck you.
No, sorry, I know.
I do watch matches and stuff, but I don't really follow it closely enough to.
Have you got, what's your sort of second sport?
Well, I used to play football, but again, that's been back in my teenage years. So I watch football and that as well. I kind of follow it a wee bit, but I'm not like a super fan of that either. So.
Well, we did get you on here so you could talk through some veganism with Andy Mack. So talk us through again. So veganism's really booted off in like the last 2 years. It's really just been climbing.
It's picking up.
Yeah.
So how is it you started on the vegan scene?
I've only been doing it since maybe October time, so I'm quite new to it as well, which like maybe give you some.
He's making it out earlier on the chat like he's been there for fucking years.
No,
he's as much in the dark as me.
My girlfriend's been vegan for a couple of years, and I kind of started when I was dieting for competitions and stuff. I'd start like vegetarian diet stuff, just little things I could do to change to kind of watch what I was eating, and then just with being with my girlfriend, kind of slowly started learning more and more about it, and then found it quite easy to get into. So I just thought I'd go with it. Kind of a way for me to watch what I'm eating when I don't need to watch what I'm eating, if you know what I mean. So
how did you find it the first wee while getting into it? Was it a bit of a pain in the arse, or did you was it quite helpful because you had your missus there?
Yeah, like if it wasn't for my girlfriend, I wouldn't have found it so easy, because obviously she could point me in the right direction with what you can and can't eat and what's nice and what's not, kind of thing. But I found it from the start relatively easy, but I've obviously from when I first started, like at the start I was kind of some things here and there that I had that I shouldn't and what or not, but I'm thinking this year definitely, like the end of last year, just sticking to it, because I found that when I've had things that isn't like vegan after trying it for a while, it's kind of puts me wrong a wee bit. So I just get used to it. I think like your body gets used to not having stuff, and then like dairy, for instance, I've got used to not having that. So if I've ever had anything that's had dairy in it since then, it's
Doesn't
Good.
sit right.
Doesn't sit right. Nah, it puts
So
me
what's
down.
what's the biggest thing you miss?
Cathedral City cheese? Like, yeah.
I knew it was going to be the
It's
cheese.
the
It's
cheese.
always the cheese, yeah.
It'd be for me. It'd be like on a night out walking past a kebab shop and no getting in, and like a greasy, dirty doner meat.
Nah, it's the cheese. Like, it's
The cheese.
There's not a cheese substitute that's good enough. Honestly, there's not.
So what
Can't
would
lie.
what would be like your? Because that would be when I'm most weakest. You know, had a couple of drinks. I'm on my way home. Everything's closed. What would you do? Like, what would be like your late night snack that's filling?
Now you're drunk and
Oh,
munch.
this is good.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
come on.
hard one.
He's just
You
gonna eat
get-
this all the time, right?
Yeah, sitting here taking notes.
You get like McDonald's have like a veggie burger, like a veggie deluxe or whatever they call it,
All right.
which is it's pretty much a falafel.
Right.
It's a bit of a cop out, but it's not bad. You just get it without mayo, and it's a vegan option from McDonald's. So
Alright.
you can go there and go with that. And the chips are
Because you get
already-
vegan mayo, though, don't you?
Yeah, you get
I have
vegan
seen
mayo,
that.
and you
Are
get
the chips vegan too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Aye,
okay.
they're
I
just
thought
fried
the oil
in
they cooked in that
No,
was a little.
It's just oil, so
Oh,
oil's
cool. All
fine.
right.
Mike's like, I'm gonna try this.
I'm gonna try this vegan shit. Yeah.
And Mike's was on 3 stone. All I did was eat chips. I was vegan the whole month.
See, some chippies and that will use like animal fat to cook their chips.
That's what
so
I
that's
thought,
the only
yeah.
thing you have to ask for. Like,
I guess it's smart for McDonald's to do that because it's inclusive for everyone. You know what I mean? Everyone loves McDonald's fries too.
Yeah, I don't really go with the chippy. Anyway, it's kind of funny because I've been thinking about, folks saying, well, you can't eat that and you can't eat that. And I'm like, well, like we were saying earlier, I don't drink milk because I don't eat cereal.
Yeah.
I eat just porridge.
aye, just use water for that. So.
Yeah, sounds.
No honey in it. though.
No, I don't do that anyway. And then there's no like coffee or tea, so there's no problem with milk. Do you know what I mean? Full
Yeah.
stop.
You put some jam in your porridge. No, okay, yeah. Spoon some of that in there.
That'd be all right because it's just fruit and sugar.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like anything that comes from an animal, basically.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the only one thing that was really getting me down thinking about it was eggs. I think I said
Yeah,
this a couple
eggs are
weeks ago.
tough.
It's like, man, that's. And then some folk have said to me, it's like vegan people can't eat eggs. Vegan people, folk who are vegans can eat eggs. Some say it's all right. So is that all right?
Nah, I wouldn't say so. Especially if like, again, I'm not like, you get like mad like Nazi vegans that'll.
I was going
tell
to say,
you-
would that be like the animal respect?
Yeah, like
rather
everyone's
than
like, they're like, you should eat this, you shouldn't eat that. But like, I'm not mad like that. But if you see like the way that chickens are kept for their eggs, it's I suppose that's why people don't.
See,
eat
that's
eggs.
where I'm guessing it's maybe people who rear their own chickens.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
the free range. Is free range no bad? Or is that still bad?
Then I suppose if that egg would become a chick, so I think that's probably why.
But then I always wondered that. Does that mean is egg not a type of meat really? Because it's going to turn into a chicken.
That's the crazy thing about eggs, isn't it? It tastes great before they're a chicken, tastes great after they're a chicken. Do you know what I mean?
God damn, that's good.
Yeah.
Good on different levels.
On the flip side, what's your go-to vegan meal? What's your the best thing you've discovered?
Iceland burgers. But we don't have Iceland in Perth, which is unfortunate. But Iceland have no bull burgers, they're called, and you wouldn't know the difference. Like,
Really?
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, yeah. So give me like a day. Give me like what you had breakfast, lunch, and dinner today.
Oh, today's a bad day. I was pretty much crisp pieces.
Okay, no. Okay, so let's go Sunday. Sunday, your day off, you and the missus, and you want to have a nice
We
chill out
actually
day and munch.
we tried it at Frankie and Benny's on Sunday for lunch because they've got a vegan menu. Well, they've got added to their menu for vegan stuff, and
Right. It's
it's
got
pretty
Andy
good. They've got a burger which is, what did they call it? Oh, I can't remember. It's a vegan burger anyway, and it's the same idea as the Iceland burgers, and I can't. Again, it's completely slipped my mind, but it's just you would think it's just a normal burger. Like,
Yeah.
and it does taste good. Have you ever been to Boozy Cow in Dundee?
Heard of it, I've not been though. Yeah.
They've got a no bull burger as well, and it's the same idea. And probably the best burger I've had. I had like vegan haggis,
rubbing his
Honestly,
thighs
man, I'm
here, mate.
like,
vegan haggis and vegan cheese on it, which was good as well. Good addition. So there is options everywhere.
A
Because
vegan
you-
beet burger.
I've never tried the beet burger.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, is this the Frankie and Benny's one?
Yeah,
you're
that's
looking at?
that's the first thing that popped up. I'm just looking for it now. What were you just saying?
It had
again?
like a slightly, it's meant to be like a funny name to it. Like
barbacoa. Oh no, that's not it. That's real meat. Hold on.
see, that's the crazy
Vegan
thing now.
pea.
Is it's like
I
it's
thought
gone
it was-
from being like a veggie burger that was just like with beans and stuff like that in it.
or falafel. Falafel's always the go-to
The
for
go-to.
places. It's
To now, it's like they've got these like legit meat substitutes that obviously you used to eat meat
yeah.
until fairly regularly, and you're then saying, well, that tastes as good as anything that I'd tried before that might have been meat. I'm honestly, I'm well embracing it, man. I'm fucking pumped for
You'll
it.
be surprised. You will be surprised.
I think it's going to be good, man.
I find that I find myself less like heavy after a big meal and that. If I'm having obviously a vegan option for the meal, it's less.
So do you feel as well your energy level? Like, did you have to supplement it with like sort of vitamins or stuff?
No, everyone's kind of asked them questions. Everyone says, "Oh, what about like your vitamins or your protein and that?" But you get it all from just food anyway. So it's like people that say, "Oh, what about the protein you're missing out on?" But they don't actually know what the protein they're getting anyway.
Exactly,
So they're just
That's a
asking
fair
the questions.
point,
That's one thing I've never said to anybody, because I'm just like, if they ask me that, I'd be like, I'm not dead yet, so I assume I have some protein.
Is it Viva la Vegan burger?
Yeah. That's the one. I can't remember what the company is that they get the
And mac no cheese. I want to try that. It looks kind of good.
Oh, that's like
That looks really
cauliflower cheese or something.
I love cauliflower cheese.
Me too.
But obviously you can't have cheese in it. But my sister, I forgot, was at Frankie and Benny's. I just remember when you said it, because she sent me a picture message of the menu. It's like mac no cheese. She's like,
Yeah.
you'll be eating this next month.
You'll be the mac no cheese, bro.
Oh,
See if you like cauliflower cheese. Marks and Spencers have brought out like a plant-based range for all the posh vegans out there, and
just playing it out,
they've
yeah.
got a cauliflower cheese, but it's like cashew cheese,
Right.
which is good. I
is
had it at part of my Christmas dinner. It was really good.
What do you do for your Christmas dinner then?
Yeah.
What do you and your missus do for that?
Linda McCartney sorted this out with a roast. Nah, she does a roast that's kind of, it's like meat texture, but it's got I don't know, it tastes like kind of like bread. It's weird, but it's quite nice with gravy
Probably
and that
because
on
they
it.
fill it out with a lot of breadcrumbs and that anyway.
I'll have the same sort of stuff in it. So, and then a nut roast as well, which is alright, a bit dry, but add gravy to it.
Oh, I kind of let
I
that
know,
one
I
slide. I'm struggling, boys.
A dry nut roast.
Well, you were right about the because I tried to just not eat meat and dairy. I did for like 4 days, a couple like 2 weeks ago, and I just felt lighter.
Yeah.
I just felt like even when I ate, I got fuller faster, and it just wasn't. I feel like dairy fucks me up anyway. Probably like a little bit of lactose intolerant.
I got you there, bro.
But yeah, I just felt like a lot better. And I was like, well, maybe I should do this a little bit more often. You know what I mean? Like just try, maybe not all the time, but just cut out, have minimum meat. I don't think I can give it up totally, but just a minimum meat.
So that's the thing. I would never tell people that they shouldn't. Like, you can't tell one person from the other that they can and can't eat meat. I would maybe suggest that people try and eat less of it, if anything.
See, I've been doing that recently. I've been sort of like fast up until about lunchtime,
Yeah.
and then having these noodles called sobu noodles.
Is that the red and black ones? or
Yeah,
no?
they're sort of like you fill them up and you drain out the pot, and they're kind of fairly high in salt, but like calorie wise they're quite low. I'll have that
Yeah.
for my lunch, and then I'll probably have something meat for my dinner.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to cut out meat throughout the day, just because, like you say, if I have a couple of rolls at work, Ken, maybe it's on a special day like a Tuesday, I'll get myself a wee lawn and black pudding number.
You got a roll in your pocket right now, don't you?
No. Shut up.
No, like Mitch was on speaking about his diet that he was doing,
keto
the
one,
keto
yeah.
diet. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he says that he's like, you can't do that all the time, so he's doing it like a certain amount of months and then stopping for a while. Like, I don't see why people can't do that with like a vegan diet. I suppose that it'd probably be easy to do, and then you'd be surprised that like how
difference
easy
it
it
would be.
actually is. Yeah.
So if you could rattle off sort of like, if you could pinpoint 3 benefits that you've noticed since you started in October, what would they be? For you
definitely-
personally, not to say like everyone's going to get these, but like what have you noticed about yourself?
Well, people always say about your energy levels and stuff with cutting out meat. I actually find myself more energized, to be honest. Especially like sometimes when I was at work, like I would go in the morning and go to like garage and get a roll or like a steak bake or something. And like now I don't have that option, so that's always a bonus. Like eating better in the mornings, well throughout the day altogether. My weight's actually stayed level. Like I used to go up and down weight all the time, but when I've started eating like a vegan diet, it's just kind of stayed at a healthy level. And third then, I don't know, to be honest, saving the planet, I suppose.
That counts.
Hey, yeah,
counts.
man.
Yeah.
I've got a good one for you then. What would be, for somebody like me who's going to try it, common pitfalls or mistakes to avoid? Mistakes that everybody makes. A bit of advice you could give me now so I don't get into the challenge and go, fuck, I'd never realised that, like, nobody would ever know that wasn't vegan or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Suppose things like sweets, like, I don't know if you eat like sweets that much.
Really,
like,
no.
That's the only thing is having to check everything for milk. So
It's the crisps I'm worried about, but
Yeah.
crisps are alright.
see, crisps, you have to watch for certain crisps have got milk powder for the flavourings. Like
That's McCoy's, mate.
That's what makes them so
Oh,
good.
no, is it?
That's what gives them
McCoy.
the-
McCoy's.
Salt
McCoy's
vinegar
rich.
McCoy's
are
alright.
windy. Are they?
Aye.
That's important.
No.
Love it rich.
I've not checked any other ones. Obviously the cheddar and onion ones, I think they use milk for their
Well, I wondered
cheddar
about
flavour.
that. Yeah, so like if you've got
Doritos. Hold on, looking them
other
up.
flavoured
The
things,
red ones are fine.
Red ones, what about
Egg and cheese?
Oh.
No, but Tesco's have
I'm off them at the moment anyway.
well,
half them.
Tesco's do their own like cheese Doritos, and apparently they've not got that in it, so you can have them as a substitute.
Yeah.
And then that's fine, just have a bit of hummus for dip, I guess. There's not going to be any sour
Hummus.
cream and
No,
chive.
red pepper,
hummus, whatever you
hummus,
call
you
it.
can't go wrong with that.
Oh, love red pepper.
Yeah.
hummus.
Yeah, I got
I'm
spicy.
busting today.
I got
Lunchtime.
spicy. Mike gets all excited. He's like, I got
I
some.
just love food, man. Food gets me
Yeah.
excited.
Then I went to Mama Pat's for my dinner the night because I was at a meeting round the corner for the house.
Yeah.
What do you want for your dinner, son? I was like, anything, mum. I'm fine. Come round.
Anything, Mom?
Bacon, eggs, and beans, mate. Mama Pat's laying
Mama
on strong.
Pat's.
And a coffee.
Oh,
And a coffee.
What an
What
absolute
time was
diamond.
this?
It's about 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to start stopping in there. She knows me.
Who's this? Oh, it's Mike. Hey.
Hey, what? So what's in the fridge? You got anything to cook? Yeah.
I'm not allowed anymore. Papa Pat says no.
My dad actually, what was he saying? He was, oh, fuck. He was driving me down here earlier. Oh, what the fuck did he say?
He's going to burst through that door and choke Andy out.
Oh, he goes, we were talking about, he was like, what are you talking about tonight? And I was like, veganism. He goes, tell them Papa Pat's had some of them Linda McCartney sausages earlier.
Actually, can I just say, when Nate and I were talking about, like this stuff when he got in touch with us, he was saying, Linda McCartney's vegan sausages and that, they're really good, that kind of thing. And I've actually eaten them before and they are fucking deadly.
Well good. Like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, under no illusions yet. I think there's going to be moments where there are going to be tough times ahead. There may be tears.
Driving
We're not-
past the old McDonald's, Ken.
Yeah, because just because by nature, music producers and people in that type of industry, use are late night creatures. You know what I mean? Like, use around at night, and that's not really. Tell me if I'm wrong. That's not really vegan territory. You know what I mean? To me, it doesn't seem like it is.
Yeah, but then it's not like I'm in the studio, and it's fucking takeaway pizzas and
No,
all
that's
that.
true.
Do you know
That's
what I mean?
true.
But no, I know what you're saying. It's like,
Just got a wee coffee Aladdin's. Mr. Mac, are you okay?
off of who? Mr. Aladdin's?
We India, is it?
Oh, we India.
India, just
I've not
checking
been-
in.
I've not been for a couple of weeks, man.
No, checking in on you.
Nah, do you know what's funny is I think like leading up to this, since I sort of announced it to the world, I was like, right.
Put yourself
I'm doing this.
some accountability out there.
No, I think there's actually already been a conscious shift. I've been sat there and I've been going, well,
Ken, what actually? I want
what's
to
the
see.
point?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's really weird. I've noticed it.
I want to see like a wee documentary throughout the month, a wee video diary,
Vlog?
a wee vlog. Yeah.
Andy, do it.
A wee Andy
You
Mac-
want to see my puss in the mirror at 7:37 a.m. All right, guys.
No,
people
do it.
watching. It was
So
out
even
last
just
night.
like like a wee 10-minute every night at the end of the day, and just sort of telling
10
you.
minutes.
That's a while. 10 minutes is a long
You
time.
can talk shit for 10 minutes yourself.
but
Easy, mate.
At
Is there
night,
enough going on?
At night, when you have a minute, just say what you had to eat every day, or maybe maybe 3 times a week,
Andy's vegan journey.
and how
mate.
you're feeling it, and how it's making you feel.
And then we could do like one
Call
of
it
those,
Mac no cheese.
yeah, and you could do
Yeah.
it like the paper cards like that, like day one.
I fucking hate it.
I know. Step
You're
on
holding
the
your
scales.
trousers out. It's like, oh, I've lost 10 pounds.
No, I just think it's interesting, man. I know folk will sit and say, oh yeah, typical Andy saying things like that, famous last words, but I honestly don't think it's going to be as difficult as what maybe everybody's trying to make it out to be for me. If that makes
Nowadays,
sense. Do you know what I mean?
nowadays is probably the easiest time to be vegan ever.
Yeah,
Even compared to
yeah,
like 5
definitely.
years ago. Like you say, in the last month, you've had McDonald's, Greg's, Marks and Spencer's, Asda. They're all fucking.
Greg's sausage rolls are good, by the way.
I know, we meant to get
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Still,
yeah.
I think they might have them in Perth now. I think.
All right.
'Cause we
Oh, yeah,
went-
that was the issue, yeah.
Well, we went to Glasgow and like in Glasgow town centre, everywhere was sold out. But then one of my girlfriend's pals messaged her and said, "Go to Stirling Services and you'll get them there." So it's like the most random Greg's you can possibly go to. Went in, there was heaps of them. So Megan
a place to go, folks.
Megan
to
bought
Stirling.
6. I bought 4 of them. I had next day from my pieces at work had 3 sausage rolls. So they're good. Like
Fuck aye.
The thing that would kill me is pizza. I couldn't give up pizza in some way.
Well, you can have pizza, but it's just
no cheese.
You can get vegan cheese on it as well. It's just not as good,
Not
to
good.
be honest. But again,
I think that'd be my downfall. I think I could get along with most of it, like the day-to-day eating. Sounds like it'd be fairly easy.
Yeah.
But like you say, it'd be when you're about kind of it's like midnight. You're a bit,
occasions
you're a bit,
and going out
you're a
and
bit
shit.
sloppy when you're
Bit
drunk,
harder.
or you're hungover to bars, and you just want to sit on your couch and get somebody to deliver a big cheese pizza.
Yeah.
what I've found is it's like it's mostly been trying to find what shit you can eat that you're actually allowed to eat, like what crisps and what biscuits and
just
everything.
stock up on 'em.
Just getting
Yeah.
all that and just eating it
That's
because you
smart.
can, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you get like in Asda, Asda do their make your own pizza. You can get vegan cheese at that counter, but I always just tell them not to put a lot on it because it doesn't taste that great, to be honest.
I don't think I need much. I think I would just put some
Yeah.
mushrooms and
Yeah, just make sure there's right other toppings. on it.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'd be alright.
You don't like toppings on your pizza. You said that for kids.
But if there's no
Well, if there's no fucking cheese on it, I need
Wind
to.
back to episode 12 or something.
deep dive, Ali Cook will tell us.
I didn't say I didn't like toppings on it.
No,
I just
I
said it was for children. No, all right. Good.
Nice.
No, I'm up for that. I think it'd be good. I think anybody that knows me, as I say, it's all right. For some of you guys, you've got partners and girlfriends and all that kind of stuff to keep their eye on you. Obviously, your girlfriend has already been a vegan for a couple of years, so she's going to be, able to keep you on the straight and narrow. Like, I just wouldn't want anybody to think I would ever cheat it, because I think you guys all know what I'm like.
No,
I don't
I'm
think
going
you
to be
would.
like, right, I'm doing this, I'm doing it properly.
Oh, aye.
Balls deep all the way. So
If you
it's
see
like-
Andy out eating a steak in the next
Balls
couple of
deep,
weeks,
name
just
meat.
smack it out of his hand.
Balls deep, name meat.
I think what'll be interesting is then to see at the end, if I go back for the chicken nuggies and that, and then I'm
Seek.
like, oh my god, I
The
feel
thing
fucking
is that even
terrible.
if you don't
like,
stick to it, you'll probably find that you just eat less of what you've eaten before, to be fair. And that's good enough, because I think that's the problem that everyone kind of has with people that are vegan, is because they're so in your face about I've seen a video the other week of like protesters try to stop farmers from like getting the sheep from one field to the next, and it's kind of try to stop people doing their job just because you don't want to eat something. I don't understand.
I've seen that as well.
that.
I think we were quite guilty of it at the start as well. Like the only vegans you ever seen were the fucking nutty ones,
yeah.
and you're just
Yeah.
like, look, man, if you don't want to eat animals, that's absolutely fine. But don't give me shit because I'm in it. And the thing is, you find out after a while that 99.99% of vegans don't give a fuck what you eat.
No, I don't
As
care.
long as you're not sitting pelting them with bacon, do you know what I mean? It's no
Yeah.
fucking issue.
I used to slag it off as well when I came up on my Facebook. The memories come up on Facebook. It came up the other day. It said the first rule of Vegan Club is you must always talk about Vegan Club. And then that came up the other day, and I was showing my girlfriend. I was laughing about it because obviously I was the exact same. I used to slag it off, but then since I started trying it, it's not really a big deal.
It just goes through cycles. There's always something. It used to be Nickelback, now it's veganism.
yeah.
It'll be something different soon enough.
And that 269 cafe in the town, the vegan cafe that's opened last year.
where's that?
You know where Badlands is?
It's across the road.
Oh yeah.
Just
I think I know
directly
the one.
across
Yeah,
the
yeah,
road. Yeah, it's really good. In
So
there.
it's exclusively all
Yeah,
vegan.
yeah.
Oh wow.
And it's,
Fuck, aye.
they've done really well, and the stuff's really nice as well. So
Table for one, please. Come here.
Get a
mate.
coffee with you.
they do a BLT, which is good. It's
I
like
didn't like BLTs.
no,
BLTs.
No, because
But-
it's,
get a couple of weeks
I just
of
like a
vegan,
bee.
you want a vegan BLT.
it's not that. It's the lettuce and the uncooked tomato. Cook that tomato. Cook that shit up, son. Perfect. But no, the raw lettuce is just.
I could do it for a cooked tomato. Yeah.
I like a bit of raw lettuce. I don't like tomato though. Gives me the bulk. Soon. Anyway, Nate, thanks very much, man, for chatting through it. If you're happy to just sit and talk some shite for the next wee while. Mike's got his topics that we never checked off last week.
Yeah, I have a few topics I'd like to talk about.
Now that we actually know what they actually mean.
Weird incident. This is a fresh one, actually. Fresh off the presses. So I didn't hear it, right? And I'm glad I didn't hear it because I've been taking Andy's advice. I'm a nipper now. I nip in the bud. You know what I mean? I don't want
Take care of that, bro.
Taking care of it.
I know what you're going to say here.
So at work, and this is, I have these mints that I get. I keep them in my locker, and everyone just uses them. I don't care. They're like 40p. I got it from Aldi. Strong mints are good. If you got hot breath, go take one. I don't care. So someone in a higher position than I do goes and they take a mint, and they're gray. You know what I mean? Gray mints are normally white. You know what I mean? So she goes, "Oh, these mints they're different." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's cool." And I put my earbuds back in. I didn't hear her say this, right? So then I saw the girl sitting next to me, kind of like looking like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "What's going on?" She was like, "Did you hear what she just said?" And I was like, "No." She goes, "Oh yeah, these mints are dark like Mike," she said, and I was like, What?
No, mate. I did not.
I was like, what? I was like, that's super inappropriate.
What the So did you say that's the woman who said that?
No, but that's the thing. Now, I found this out about, like, she left that area. No, she told me on the messenger, the girl who was sitting next to me. She sent me a message saying that. And I was like, all right. Is it weird for me to go up to now and say to this lady, like, I heard what you said, and I feel it's inappropriate?
Don't know. Well, first of all, yeah, it is, but I wouldn't be going to her, Mike. But it just depends.
Who would I go to?
Well, it depends how
Whoever
you.
her manager is.
No, see, that's the thing. I don't think she's racist, but I just want to be like, look, you can't say something.
When
like
did
that.
this happen?
This happened today.
All right, today. Well, then, yeah, I reckon you can go to her tomorrow and be like, look,
Yeah,
I heard, I was told what you said.
Yeah.
I don't want to make a big deal out of it. However,
it's inappropriate.
it's inappropriate.
Were you offended by it?
No, I don't get offended by anything, but what offends me is everyone else being offended on my behalf. That's what gets me annoyed. I'm like, you know what? You're making me feel weird about it, and I don't feel weird about it. I know she's not a racist. Someone did say though, however, she was getting tanned up to go on vacation. She was like, oh, I look like a darkie, she says.
Oh,
You should probably tell her that stuff like that's inappropriate.
I
so she
am.
doesn't keep
I
it
am.
going.
I am gonna say now. I was gonna say something to her tomorrow.
I reckon you should say that. You should send an email out. Good afternoon, colleagues. As of this moment, the following phrases are inappropriate. Darkie.
Darkie. Mike is not a dark mint.
Can we make that the episode title, though?
That is all. No, please don't. Please don't. No, but it's always the thing that happens afterwards that makes me feel awkward. It's like it's not even just the initial comment, because I know I'm not going to be around
You mean
anyone
the
that's
general,
racist.
the general outrage?
Yeah, and it's just like don't be all outraged about it. Don't talk about it for 10 minutes. It's fine. I've made my piece about it. I've said whatever about it. I'm going to go talk to her about it tomorrow. But let's not go on and on.
If you were offended by it, Mike, I would have gone to her, or probably, in fact, I wouldn't. I would have gone to whoever was responsible for her.
Yeah.
If you're not offended by it, but you'd much rather it just didn't go on, then I'd just have a quiet word with her and
I
just be
will.
like, that's all you need to do.
That's it. It doesn't need to be crazy. It doesn't need to be crazy.
See, just on the topic of, I don't know if
But
this
it's
is
unacceptable. It's fucking
It
no
is.
need for
I
that.
agree.
I don't know if this is a weird segue, but it's kind of in the same vein. So, the Oscar shortlist came out today,
Yeah.
and Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture.
Okay.
It's not even the best Marvel film. However,
I agree.
I think it's almost an overcorrection
For what?
for maybe there not being representation of black film in the studio awards, because it was listed in a whole load of other categories like visual effects, costume, and music.
Yeah.
And for those categories, I say, yeah, fucking right. The music's
Soundtrack
brilliant,
was awesome,
it's different. It sounds like it looks fantastic. The outfits and the colours and the fact that they actually took African culture and put it into the film properly was sensational. However, it was definitely not the best picture. It's not even the best Marvel film that came out last year.
Okay, so what are I don't know what the other movies are that were nominated though.
The other movies, they're like the weird art house ones, and like
Yeah.
the typical. That's what I'm saying. They're the typical things you would expect to see in an Oscars Best Picture thingy.
Well, do you think that they factor in just like the impact on culture though? Because it did. I mean, it may not have been the best movie, but it had like a tremendous impact, especially on black culture.
Yeah,
all over the world,
maybe
you know?
maybe that's what I'm saying. But I just thought, from what I read, Best Picture as, it's the best film that came out last year in terms of the film itself.
I was a bit surprised to see not even that movie, just any type of like action film like that as in that category. Because normally there's artsy fartsy stuff where.
But the thing is, I would then said if you're going for films like scale of grandeur and design, and then the only Marvel film I would have put in it from last year would have been Infinity War, because it was a culmination of 20 odd films.
Yeah.
Probably the most ambitious universe that's ever been created in film ever. Like, what other films are part of a 21 film franchise?
That's true.
That actually get better with each film, and then the film that came out last year was sensational.
That also impacted culture quite a bit as well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was like you've seen like there's been like 7 or was it 8 Rocky films now in the Rocky universe. There's all the police academies. You know, I mean, you've got Halloweens and all that shit. But this is the only one that's had a recurring theme for 10 years now, building up to these 2 films that are just coming out. Maybe I'm just being like
racist. Yes, you are.
Yeah, maybe I hate black people, but.
No, I don't know. I think it's weird. I mean, but maybe just things are changing. Not even as far as just like race, but just as far as that type of movie or that style of movie being there. And maybe, who knows? Maybe the next Infinity War one will be.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm reading the Best Picture thing wrong. You're right. It was sort of cultural effect, but then at the same time, none of the other films had any sort of impact, but they're somehow in Best Picture.
Yeah, I don't even know who even decides that.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, but it's not about it's not about their impact. It's about their artistic interpretation. It's a number of different factors that go into what makes something Best Picture, not just that it's arty farty or it's jam packed full of CGI. It's a lot to do with the director.
Well, that's
More
what
than
I'm saying.
anything. Best Picture is an award, really. It's not for Best Director,
Yeah.
but essentially is a second prize for Best Director, Best Production Team kind of thing.
Could have done that. Saying that, I don't know if you've seen this, but the folk then started kicking off that there was no female directors nominated at all.
I get a bit fed up with this. Look, because it always just comes up and it always goes round in circles. I think the bottom line it comes down to is, yeah, there may well be, institutional bias or whatever, but how many what's the percentage of directors that are male in comparison to female? What's the comparison of, male-directed films compared to female-directed films that were put out last year? Just a point to consider.
Are the
Playing the
people
numbers.
that are complaining about that kind of thing as well, do they even know any of the female
See, I
directors
thought that
that
there was
are
one.
out there?
There was
Do they-
one.
do
There
they
was
know
one
who
that
anything
listed
are?
off. I read one on Twitter because I thought that exact same thing when I opened up the article on Twitter, and then one of the people tweeted and rattled off like a load of different people.
They've googled that before.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
typed it.
Yeah.
But look, then it ultimately boils down to, did a female director make, a better picture than any other male director throughout the year? It's like that always saying, well, there should be a female position in this here, or it should be a male position here. It's like, well, what happened to the best candidate?
Yeah.
What happened to, okay, it's the best films, and by sheer fucking coincidence, they were all directed by men. But
They said the
I don't
numbers
know.
game. It's a numbers game as well. Maybe there needs to be more opportunities for women to direct films to actually get the numbers up and make it more equal. But like you say, it should be based on merit. But then at the same time, you
is
have
there
to,
institutional bias there
yeah,
that's
to
then
actually women
shutting the
aren't-
door on?
women aren't getting the opportunities
and
to
I'm
make
sure
the
that's a
films.
large part of the argument.
Well, look
yeah.
at fucking.
It's not cut and dry. This is the reason why. It's
Plus, I don't give a fuck. Who fucking watches the Oscars? Like,
I haven't. It's so long. It's like 3 hours.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's
and then,
too
like you
long.
see, man, I read through the films and I know like a handful of them. And folk are sitting like,
aye, but do you not always want to go back and watch ones that have won Best Picture or who's got Best Actor in it or Best Supporting
Yeah.
Actor? Because there's a reason these people are winning the prizes.
True.
definitely. yeah.
It's not because well it's him, so we'll give it. Unless it was Leonardo DiCaprio a couple of years ago.
Well, he deserved it. I thought he actually
You
he
don't,
earned
yeah,
that
but you
one.
don't get one for your lifetime's body of work. It's either you made the best film that year or you didn't, or
That's
the best actor.
Did
See,
he
I-
ever actually win one?
Yeah, he won.
He
He won
did
it
in
for
the end.
the Revenant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did one
Good
it
movie,
for
But
the
that's
by the
what
way.
Jordan's saying. It's saying it's like, well, he deserved one after all that time. Well,
No,
it's
I
like-
mean, he deserved it after the Revenant. I thought he was fucking phenomenal
you?
in the Revenant.
That
Ah,
was
yeah.
a great movie. Yeah.
I thought
also-
he was. I wasn't a biggest fan of the film, but I thought his performance was fucking tremendous.
was that not the one I fell asleep halfway through or something?
Probably.
I
Yeah.
Aye, aye.
After
Well,
a couple of hours.
The one with the bear in
It is
it.
long.
Fucking drag that. I watched it on the fact that he won the Oscar thinking, fuck, he must have done something great. And that's what I say. I fell asleep. So fuck this, man.
I watched that Shape of Water like 2 weeks
You
ago.
mean Grinding Nemo?
Grinding Nemo, yeah. That movie's fucking crazy, man.
Is it?
It's shot like really, really well though. Like
Yeah.
the colors and everything looked really, really sick. But it was weird. Yeah. It was good though. It was weird.
Yeah, I've not seen. I stuck it on when I was like fanning about in the house, and I realised I was going to actually have to sit down and watch it, but don't know. No. What about should we jump into another topic? You got something else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Andy Henderson. I know you guys said that he's had his baby boy. He had him up
Bambino.
watching football last night on Sunday night, which was
Yes.
good. He also hooked me up with a.
So you just tell he's going to have that boy doing 2 a days as soon as he can
I
walk.
know,
in.
right? Like, get up and walk, get up and run. He gave me a gift certificate. I don't know, it's like one of those code things for Beer 52. Have you guys ever seen this thing? It's like they deliver like 8 craft beers to you like every month. I only did the free trial because I'm cheap, but I really wanted to go for the next month. The beers in there were really, really good. Like,
Yeah.
unbelievable. There was like a chocolate beer though, which was a little weird.
Oh, yeah.
A little weird.
Doesn't seem
Nah,
right.
it
I
doesn't
thought,
sound
does it?
good.
No,
Nah,
no.
it was kind of like Guinness, but with like a little extra tang to it, and I was kind of like, nah, I'll pass on that.
Some things just shouldn't be mixed. You know, like when there's obviously just sitting in an ideas table and like, boom, chocolate beer. Someone's like, fucking right, let's do it. Sometimes someone should just sit up and go, No, don't do that. We don't need that. Even if it tastes good, we don't need to know about it.
There's a lot of floral type stuff that I like. I like the spring beers. I'm moving on from Bud Light, I guess.
Well,
That's
see, I
my thing, yeah.
admitted this earlier on. I had a wee Bud Light with a slice of lime through it the other day.
Oh, look at you!
It was
Fucking filth, man.
It was just
What is
you know,
wrong with you?
It was just a
Animal.
light Sunday beer. Ken, we were making dinner. I had a couple of
It was a
Coronas. We
light
ran
beer.
out of Coronas. All that was left was Mike's piss water, and I was like, I'm not drinking that by itself.
So that's
Like I was
you-
still there.
So that's you got the drink finished from New Year's party. It's the
Got a couple-
22nd of January. You fucking alky bastard.
Parma violets of beer. sitting in your,
Pissed.
I've not touched any of the spirits yet.
Have you not?
No, not yet.
Oh,
That'll
dear.
happen soon enough. Don't you worry.
But it was delivered by who are the what's the one with a D delivery? The green thing.
Deliveroo.
No,
DPD. What is it? Green and white. Their thing is. I forgot.
Yodel.
Yodel. Yes, that's with a D. Yeah, there's a D in there.
You want a D?
Yodel indeed.
So I was so excited because they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be delivered today," and then I have a little web page, and it's like, "Oh, you can track it." And I was like, "Oh, it was like 58 stops." I was like, "Shit!" So I was like, "I gotta go to work." So I went to work, and then I'm tracking it. Of course, like within 10 minutes of Connie leaving to go back home, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna deliver your package." So I was like, "Oh fuck, she's definitely gonna miss it. Like, there's traffic leaving there." She sends me a picture. They've dumped the beers right on her doorstep. Now, she lives on it's a quiet road, but it's like kind of she lives on the corner of like a main road too in Medvin. It's like and it says beer 52 right on the front. People could just walked up there and just stole my case of beers that I got for free.
Definitely never. Eh?
Medvin's a nice place. So,
Medvin's a hood now. I live up there now.
They had a giant marijuana grow house in Medvin a few years back.
Did they?
Aye.
Oh.
A house was just empty. It was just full of dingo plants, man.
them paedophile catchers caught a boy in Mevin as well, actually.
Oh, see? I'm moving
So
on up
put it
into
on,
Medvin.
I take it back about Medvin. It's not a nice place.
There's also a nice Indian restaurant too.
That's a front for the pedo ring, though.
Alright.
That's not true.
They
Sorry.
have good Please don't say that.
So what was your favourite beer out of all the beers, Mike, and why?
I don't know the
And
name
why?
of it, but it was just like a 6.2% kind of floral kind of.
You're going to be taps off a bit.
Oh, are you crazy? I was finished after that
He
thing.
was walking about chinning his doors and that. We're back to bed.
I had that one, and then I had the chocolate one after that. I was like, I don't even taste this chocolate shit. I am fucking flying.
Yeah,
It was
chocolate-
really, really good stuff.
I've had a chocolate beer before. Like you say, it's kind of thick, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. It is kind of stouty. I don't think it was too
Drinking
bad.
a bottle of Baileys.
I don't think it was
not
too
good.
bad. It doesn't like taste the chocolate. It's just, I don't know, it's got a funny sort of aftertaste to it. But
Someone you can go without, though.
yeah, I wouldn't. I
No,
wouldn't.
day again. Stick to your tinnies. Eh?
If it was my last drink, I wouldn't pass it up.
Fair enough. Eh? Soon, well, should we jump into a wee bit of. Mike's not even paying attention.
So excuse me. It's called, I was paying attention. It's called Paradise. It was pineapple and mango.
Oh, you took a photo of
I
it?
did take a photo of it.
Excellent.
Yeah,
You stick that on the Facebook page. Stosh will have drunk all of them.
Okay,
I will-
that-
he
Hundreds
probably
of times
has.
over.
Probably has. Yeah,
probably
pretty
a
good.
detailed list.
There was a mango one too, but yeah, but Braw or Naw? Braw or Naw? Braw or Naw? Braw or Naw?
Right, so we've actually, just before we jump to Braw or Naw, we've had a lovely email in
Yes.
from Ian Shepherd. Shout out to Ian Shepherd. So, Ian writes, it's not an Agony Andy though.
Ian writes.
I did say though, Agony Andy last week was a fucking peach. Please, listeners, send in your problems.
Yes.
I'll sort them all out for you.
The best thing was that you do find that folk who went from Sky to Virgin the first couple of weeks wanked themselves to death.
It's true.
I don't know if it is, mate, but I love when you hear it say it. Right. Evening, guys. I loved Agony Andy last week. It had me in stitches, so let's hope there's more to come. Braw or Naw? So he's hit us with a few of them. No, I think the first one we talked about, the first one was Star Wars.
Yeah, I said no. You guys said Braw, didn't you?
No, you said no. as
I
well.
said no.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's already been the knob bin. Nate, do you want to weigh in just see if we can get a swinger?
Used to be Braw, but now it's not. Like,
Really?
The
Yeah.
original trilogy.
well, just not even just. I think maybe the original trilogy, then the next three, and then now they've just went off on a fucking Fast and Furious style rampage through making heaps of movies.
Like the solo one
So
was
I've
shit.
kind of lost interest.
Well, it stays in the knob bin. Sorry, Ian.
No, man.
I think once they're in, they can't come out.
That's
No.
fair enough. Microwave burgers.
Oh, no.
Bro. Love a
No.
wee rustler. Surely they're vegan. There's definitely no meat in there.
There's a horse in there or something.
It's just hoof and beak.
Can I eat them and still be Braw? I mean, no. I mean, I eat them, but I don't like that I do eat them.
No, you have to. If you like them, you can't be ashamed of that.
No, I'm ashamed. Sometimes like the Aldi's own ones too. The Aldi's own rustlers, the bustlers.
I was literally saying this the other day.
What are they called?
Bustlers.
Bustlers. Is that like a Bolex watch? Or Ray-Ban glasses?
Bullshit
No, the
rustlers.
Ray-Bans are called, the fake ones are called Ray Berries. yeah.
Ray Berries.
Ray Berries. Yeah,
Ray
it's
Berries.
legit, man.
I had a pair of Ryobanos.
Ryobanos.
Ryobanos. But microwave burgers, that's the one I hate about. I don't own a microwave and I miss Rustler's burgers. Like,
I'm gonna say no. No, don't like them.
No.
No.
They wreck my insides too.
that's a no bin as well. I'm taking a pounding this week. Here's one I think might be a really. We're just talking beforehand about ones we were talking before about people not maybe giving us something that's on the fence.
Uh-huh.
So this one's actually probably quite good.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Ian writes, no, the most overrated comedian on the planet. He is just not funny.
I wouldn't go as far as say he's not funny, but he does have a couple of stinkers out there. A couple of stinky movies.
He's got a shtick, and he has something he does.
Yeah.
And when it's written well, like Step Brothers, Anchorman 1 and 2,
Yeah.
some Saturday Night Live sketches, a couple of times on Jimmy Fallon, the Tight Pants sketches, fucking amazing.
He reminds me of that sort of typecast kind of John Candy-esque kind of character,
Yeah.
but not as good
Yeah.
as John Candy. But
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about him, man.
I fucking love Will
His
Ferrell.
moments are extremely
Yeah.
high.
Yeah,
and
like
for
Step Brothers and Anchorman, even the second one, are some of my favourite comedy films going.
that,
man.
Wedding Crashers.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is in it. I was like, where's he in that?
Yeah.
You ever seen
Wedding
the outtakes from Eastbound and Down when it's just all Will Ferrell just making everyone laugh and they can't film it? Oh, it's
Talladega
brilliant, man.
Nights, when he's doing the
Not first, your last.
if you don't chew Big Red, fuck you. Alright, no, Will Ferrell for me, that's a huge bro.
I'll go, bro. He's made me laugh too much. I can't say no.
Nate?
Bra for me as well.
Have you ever seen the other guys?
Yeah, I watched that not long ago.
Tears
The
coming down my
the
face.
desk
watching
pop.
that. Do a desk pop. Do a desk pop.
Slagging off his wife.
He's driving the Prius and shouts America.
I do that all the time, and my daughters still don't know what the hell's going on because I haven't seen the movie. They're like, Dad, why do you scream America? Anytime I'm about to do something like strenuous, I go, America!
The bit where he's slagging off his wife and she's gorgeous, and he's like, she's kind of plain, but she's okay.
And he starts talking like in pimp mode. He's
Yeah.
like, what does he call himself?
Gator.
Gator? Gator got bad bitches.
Have you seen what was the film he done with Kevin Hart?
The jail.
Hard.
Yeah,
Get Hard.
Get Hard.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the bit
funny.
where he like goes like and starts hanging out with T.I. and he's like pure like West Sided up is absolutely amazing.
He's trying to give him a mad dog and he's sad dogging him instead to make him feel sorry for him.
Oh, I sag dog. Or he's got all the shivs up his arse. He's got like 8 different shivs up his prison wallet, and Kevin Hart's like, "What? Where'd that come from?" Aye, I'm sorry, Ian, mate. He's a fucking bra.
I think that's a clean sweep in the Brawl of Fame.
That's probably the most resounding bra ever.
I know, and from one of our more regular emailing listeners, sorry
He's called
for that,
Noah
Ian.
as well.
Yeah.
And he was very passionate about
He's
that.
also given us a
So
really
are we.
good suggestion for top 3, so we'll jump into that after.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
you've got one.
I'd already brought one in from another listener, Craig, which I tagged you guys in a couple of days
Well,
ago.
what we'll do then,
Yes.
Make them to have a fight over it.
well, we throw it to the guest.
Yeah.
Whatever one doesn't get in this
Aye.
week, we'll do that next
Aye.
week. So once we get to that,
Because the one I
Okay.
tagged you on Twitter was a belter, man. I was
That's
like,
true,
alright.
right. So what we got on the old Facebook there, Michael?
Yeah, I'm gonna read this one because I just didn't get the whole thing. This is from Mark Miller. The end of the packet of salt and vinegar crisps. You decide to tip the packet into your mouth, taking in probably an overdose of salt and vinegar, sending you into a new dimension. Braw, can he beat it?
Beautiful.
Really?
Oh, beautiful.
See,
mate.
it's like when you get a pack of salt and vinegar Pringles, and they've got enough vinegar on them to dissolve your tongue, but you keep on eating
Tongue's
them.
bleeding by the end of it.
And you love that shit.
Did I ever tell you about the best bag of cheesy Doritos I ever had?
No.
Where when I opened it up, the inside the bag was just a massive fucking lump. There was no crisp. It
Oh,
was
you
just a
did say
massive
this,
lump
yeah.
of the powder. I'm sure I told you guys on the
Did you
Did you
podcast.
crush it up and snort it?
Maybe.
Well, racing the toaster.
I got a cheesy drip.
Yeah, that was the best thing. But nah, man, that's salt and vinegar crisps. That bit at the
Can I just
end of
ask,
the
Andy,
bag.
how do you handle your life after you peak? That's obviously the peak moment. So Where do you go from there?
Just come down gently.
Yeah.
Off your cheese high.
Yeah.
Come down with some Cool Ranch. Is that how you doing?
Oh, mate.
You lost me at salt and vinegar, Mark Miller. No, I'm
really?
not a big fan of
That's
salt
how
and
he's got a
vinegar.
soft mouth.
Nah. It whips your mouth up. It's crazy.
Yeah, wee soft mouth there.
Don't like it.
Sea salt and balsamic vinegar kettle chips.
Oh,
Those are good.
these
you've got to hear a hard mouth.
I
Because
like-
if you crunch them wrong, you're going to slice up your insides too.
I like fancy salt and vinegar. I don't like none of that low market or mid market shit.
Oh,
I like
nah,
top.
man. The wee twists, salt and vinegar twists.
Nah.
Oh, I'm all about salt and vinegar twists. Right, that's a broth for me, like.
Bro.
Oh, bro.
Bro from you
Go
three?
Braw on that one as
Yeah.
well.
Any
All
crisps are a bro.
Callum McLaughlin, a folk that insist on talking on speakerphone in public. I think we've done this before, actually.
We've done this about voice messages.
Okay, so we didn't do just speakerphone then.
Not just speakerphone. no.
Okay, all right.
I think that stemmed off the back of an earlier comment on that from Bobby Parker.
Is that about the Jake Ball?
Yes,
who
it did,
Ordered
yeah.
this heroin on the bus.
Because Bobby's he's a bit of a car wanker, but recently he's become a bus wanker.
Oh,
and
no.
he's fucking...
Yeah.
He's no happy.
He's no happy.
Do you want to read that
No,
one
no.
out, Mike, actually?
Yeah,
Go,
this
please.
is from Bobby Parker. Cunts on buses who have a conversation from one end of the bus to the other. Hello, move closer, shut the fuck up. Or the YouTuber with no earphones. Hate that.
They're
oh,
the
man,
worst,
hate that.
man.
Or the FaceTime king. Nobody here wants to hear your life. Braw or Naw, loud cunts on the bus. Rant over Faye bus wanker Bobby.
So I think they all tie in nicely together under loud people on the bus.
Yeah.
P.S. Anne Marie is having a pasta bake for dinner, and her kids are a fucking nightmare. Johnny the junkie has ordered up his gear on the loudspeaker, and the route to Costa del Lethem for a collection, and en route to Costa del Lethem for a collection. Fucking hate buses. Bobby, that was pretty good. I normally don't like a rant in the Bras and Oz, but that was a funny one.
You know, see my comment that I put on afterwards was just like, "You okay, hun? PM
You okay,
me."
hon?
Kiss, kiss. He was a wee bit emotional.
He was upset. You got to get it out, and we're here for that. If you want
Yep.
to do that.
So I just don't get it more than anything.
I don't get it either.
Like, I hate putting my phone to my ear like anyone else, but I usually just put my headphones in and talk hands free.
yeah.
But I don't get the whole holding your phone in front of your puss. And unless you're in a group and like everyone's trying to hear the conversation, there's
Yeah.
no real reason for speakerphone.
I agree. I don't understand why.
I almost feel like it's a showing off thing. Like, hey, check me out. You know, fucking.
Yeah, I'm just holding my phone up to my
I have a
face.
phone with speakerphone like everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Nah.
know.
It's definitely a nah for me. I don't even know the last time I've used speakerphone.
Unless your phone's broken, there's not really any other excuse
really-
for it. Like, unless your earphone speaker's broken, there's not a reason to have loudspeaker
Yeah.
in a public place.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I use my earbud most of the time. Like if I'm washing dishes or something and I need to like make a call, like I'll just plug that in and it's always in my ear anyway. So
See, that's the thing. He's also talking about folks sitting on the YouTube and that. I see kids in the college cutting about, and they're like listening to tunes on their phone
aye.
through
That's
the fucking
right.
phone
That's
as
crazy.
they're walking through.
it's crazy.
It's like, what are you doing?
I don't know. That seems to be the thing now, though. I don't know.
What are you up to?
Mike's reading them outside.
Oh, right.
All right.
This is not normal.
This is not normal.
I'm
Yeah.
nervous.
Hi everybody. We're live.
I'm wearing a shirt and tie and everything.
Stevie, did we actually get one of them? We all said no. on
Sorry,
that.
dude, yeah, it's a definite no from me.
Stevie Mack said sparkling water always touchy. I think we did sparkling water.
We did fizzy water.
Raw.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
bro.
a big bra
I
man.
don't mind the fizzy flavoured water.
You need the flavour, because if you've got the fizz and there's no flavour there, it's just
No,
off-putting.
I
can't
don't
do
mind
it.
it plain. I'll drink it plain. I mostly drink
Fizzy,
plain.
a bottle of fizzy water, just plain, is like the best thing to drink first thing in the morning when you
Hell
get up.
yeah. Yeah.
It just like wakes your mouth up.
It's meant to prevent cramp, actually.
Wakes
Fun
your
fact
mouth
for you.
up. Wakes
Really?
your
Yeah.
mouth up.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Would that be good to drink during exercise
explain
then?
in a minute.
Because I think that would cramp me out. It would make you gassy, I think.
Well, it's meant to prevent cramp, but I don't know if it'd be very good to drink exercise and like.
Just to touch on that, tonic water's another one for that, because when my dad was really unwell, one of the side effects of his chemo was he used to get really terrible cramps and that in his legs. He used to call it mong legs. So he'd be like, "Oh, I've got these legs again." And he's like, "What sorts it?" And he's like, "The only thing that sorts it is tonic water or fizzy water."
I don't know why that is. I
It's
don't know-
mental, man. I don't know why.
If anyone's watching and kens, then can they let us know?
Please do, yes.
The internet here.
Chris Kasser, taking kids out of school to get cheaper holidays.
Bro.
Definite bro for me. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
The schools don't like it though. They bitch
I remember Riley got taken to school like it was like 2 days before the holidays started. So like, you know that week before school. The fuck camera went on. I was just staring at my puss. Like it was like 2 days before school. You remember at primary school for that week you do fucking nothing anyway. So like we even wrote a letter and they sort of sent a letter in saying like, no, we can't do it. And I'm like, well, the holiday's already booked, so he's going or not.
What are you going to do about it?
This is more on FYI. He's still fucking going.
What are you going to do? Tell his dad?
Is that right though that the schools and that can't fine you? Aye.
They do it in England,
I
not
think
here.
I think it depends if it can get to a certain level. I think it's got to be a certain level of. Sean says you stole his water bottle from training.
Oh, did I? I'll return it quickly.
Is that you showing it, snitching on him?
No, it's just.
Oh, it's an old bottle too. I had a new one.
Oh, that's a really nice one
It's
too.
been chewed at the top. It's been chewed.
Not getting it back, Sean.
Oh, that's a classic bottle there. Look,
I think he's been chewing on it as well. Look at that.
Animal Sean. So wait a minute, what was that? Sparkling water.
Sparkling water. I'm Braw.
Bro.
No.
That's a no from me too.
I put one on here. I don't know if we maybe touched on this as well. Peeing in the shower. Braw or Naw. It's all pipes, isn't it?
It's been known to happen.
I do it. I'm not gonna lie. I do
It's
it.
been known to happen.
I make a wee game of it and try and aim so I get it right in the drain.
Yeah.
Saves water.
Well,
too.
Look at you. What, Andy? What?
I'm not wanting to be getting in the shower, getting all clean, and then standing about in pishy fucking water.
Unless it's backed up.
That's right into the hole, mate.
Unless it's backed up, you're fine. You're good.
These are a couple of you're all minks.
Yeah,
I do it.
It saves time. Yeah. What
It's raw for me and a no for Andy.
about peeing in the sink? Like, when I brush your teeth?
I'm not pissing on my dishes. Like I'm washing all the dirt
No,
off me
I'm not
anyway.
your kitchen sink, you freak. You're your bathroom
kitchen
sink.
sink.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Whenever I come round.
Yeah. Ew. All right. So pee in the shower. Is Braw from 3, Naw from you?
Raw for peeing in the shower. What do the listeners think, man? This is high def. Look at the fucking state of my forehead.
They're looking at me. Shit. All right.
No, man, you look beautiful.
All right. Yeah. So
Camera loves you.
I think that's is that it?
I got a couple that had come in.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So the first one that came in is from my mate Yaz. She was asking pulling people in like pubs, like in pubs, bars, that kind of thing, pure like sitting snacking the face off some bird or whatever.
Okay.
A pub, so no in the dancing in a pub.
Yeah, not in the dancing, like in a pub.
So you mean
kinda
like you
thing.
meet a bird in a pub, or like this is like
Just
your partner,
whatever,
just general.
like
How
you
old is
in the-
Yaz?
What,
maybe you don't wanna say.
29,
Okay,
30,
that's
something
fine,
like
Can I make a rule about this? Right. One of Dots' rules here.
that. All right.
Sponsored by Weatherspoons. I heard you guys bring it up and kill it last week. Fuck you all.
Yeah, no, Andy backed you
whoa.
up, mate. eh?
Oh yeah.
I said I'm getting converted to it.
Oh, okay.
That's not your
Oh,
offense.
okay. Oh, I bet. Yeah, it was you.
Me and
Yeah.
Nana said it was shit. Like,
If there's music playing in the pub, then you can do it.
So they can hear you kissing.
Yeah, because then there's a lot of things going on. People get drunker when there's music. There's music, and then people can't really see what's going on, right? If there's music playing, fine. No music, no making out. Gotta go outside. Go in the bathroom. Go in the store.
Okay.
How about that? What do you think? Braw, if there's music playing.
Just say
Just do it if you want to do it.
to be honest, it's never been something I've made a habit of
no,
doing.
well,
like,
let's be honest, Ken. You walk into Spoons, it's like fucking 7:30, 8, something like that, and there's
You're
two folk
horny
fucking
as fuck, hey.
pure at it, if you know what I mean. Like,
I've never seen MD at
right
it
in the middle of the
man.
pub or something.
Actually, yeah.
But like
I'm guessing, like, so she means like noticeable, so you'd be kind of turning around like,
a pure PDA.
You get hit by spit too. It's flying out of
See,
them.
I've
these are no bothered, no.
nah.
Depends how much they're going for it, I suppose.
If I was going second knuckle in the middle of Spoons, that's probably not
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
so.
I mean that's too
I'm eating
far.
my rubbery steak over here.
So am I. Head.
That's what you get a booth for.
Hell yeah.
For
No,
riding. Booths are for riding.
Booths are for riding.
There we
Yes,
go.
they are.
That's the title. I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
So you don't have
It's going to be, it's a brought for me. Look, do what you want.
boots up for right.
Just do what you want.
Do what you want.
No. If there's music, yeah. If not, no, don't do that.
Okay, now to be honest with you, to be fair though, if you can get a bird to pull you in Spoons, you've probably got some game. To be quite honest with you. If you can get a bird in the mood surrounded by like 90-year-olds eating their fucking Thursday curry club, then
Should be out of breath from going to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Climbing up that mountain.
I'm going to say bro. Go in your cell, shaggers.
Yeah, I'm no bothered. Like, say go for it.
Bro, for
yeah,
me
go
too,
for it.
aye.
It's good to see
I'll say
people
no.
in love. Yeah, good for it. Good
say
for
no.
them.
What's next?
It's good to see people. It's good to see people making out. It's good to meet. watch people make it.
The other one she sent me, but I don't know how 4 guys are going to answer this, but it was granny pants, because apparently granny pants are making a comeback for women. And then she sent me this article that she'd read in a fairly reputable newspaper.
But nice big pants.
Yeah, like big waisty, like granny pants.
I can only
covering your belly
I can
button.
only speak from a personal experience, and
Bro.
Aye.
I'm on board.
Yeah, I'll say, bro. Women think men care about these things. We don't care.
Oh no, I'm not saying I care, man. My missus can wear what she wants, but if she's got a nice pair of underwear on there, I'm going to take the time to appreciate that.
Oh yeah, can I just say for our American and Canadian listeners, pants, not trousers.
Yeah, we're
we
talking
mean
like
pants like your knickers.
Undies,
Yeah.
undies, yeah.
Me undies.
Yeah, undies. Yeah, so like, there's, I don't want to say too much for my mum listens to this, but yeah, I can appreciate a nice pair on my lady's rump.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, well, but we're talking about granny panties, though. We're not talking about...
No, but that's like the granny panties they're talking about now. They're these new sort of ones that are coming out. Instead of like the nice wee French knickers, they're like sort of high-waisted.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah, that's cool.
So they're like granny pants, but they've got a nice wee frill around them, or kind they're nicely designed. Or
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say bra.
Yeah.
I'll go, bro. Yeah.
Bro, for me,
Yeah.
fine.
Like better run the
Less
off,
clothes
but
than
keep
better.
moving on, right? Boom, boom. Nah, that doesn't bother me. Wear what you want. Give a fuck.
It's all coming off anyway. aren't they?
Exactly. No, see, why do you set me up to say things like that?
Because I tell you'll take it.
Yeah,
I
I know.
you'll take
And
the
then
bait.
people are just like, what a terrible, terrible guy
Mate,
he must be. And it's not
Andy,
true.
When's any of the fans ever said anything bad about you?
No,
other than
they'll like you
They
better than
fucking
us.
love you.
They say, Jordan, it's what they're thinking.
That filth bag, Andy.
Dear. I know, I need to calm down.
Didn't
I know
even
my mum
don't
listens
even,
to this,
don't
man.
even dare try and change, Andy. Your mum
She's
will
not
love you
said to me-
regardless.
she's not said anything
She'll love
about
you
last week.
regardless. She'll love you regardless. You got any others there?
Yeah, there was one more, but I can't seem to find it at the moment.
Well, Ali Cook fucking just seemed to drop in a bunch of them about 20 minutes ago. Christ alive.
Oh, let's crack on then, boys. eh? Fucking happy days.
Right.
It's a power round.
I'll drop in a couple.
Oh, bonus round. Love it.
Okay, I'll put this one in first. I'll do a couple of extra ones. So Ali Cook put the way Mike pronounces the word dog to include a multitude of phantom letters not present in the traditional spelling.
All right,
I
then,
love
Ali.
it. Dog.
Oh, God.
Say dog.
I say bra and dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
I love that. I say bro. I love the way Mike says that shit.
Shout out to Ali. Actually, I saw he posted something up saying he'd been back at Jiu Jitsu.
Cracking MMA.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
back on it. So
Excellent. This one will be for Mike. Takeaway pizza chains offering cheese stuffed crust or sauce stuffed crust instead of just making bloody food nice.
I had a pizza. My daughter's taught me into getting a pizza with barbecue sauced stuffed crust. Not very nice.
Doesn't bother me.
very good.
The crust just goes in a dip anyway. I'll dip that in my wee garlic and herb number.
I'm gonna go no.
I'm going to say no as well.
not from me. Definitely. Can't be arsed
Not
with that.
from me.
You ever have that hot dog crust? Oh,
See what happens is because they're fucking idiots, right? They make the pizza, and then what happens is they don't fold over the bit like properly enough and tuck it in. So what ends up happening is you get your slice of pizza, and it's got like this massive third of it. There's just this big lump of like double crust before then you get your piddly bit of tomato sauce and your cheese and that. And always when you get a stuffed crust, you pick it up on the crust. The whole thing just goes
Ah,
like
shit.
that, and everything just
None
fucking
worse when you
falls
take a
off
bite
it.
of pizza and then all the cheese comes off in that one bite and you're just left
Burns
with a
your chin
saucy
off.
bit of bread.
I know.
Fuck that.
Toss it to the side.
I
Sneeze.
think we'll call it on Braw or Naw there. We'll save Ali's ones for next
angry.
week. So, we'll go into our top 3 section of the show. So, we've got 2 here. So, we'll take it to our guest, Nate, and you can pick which one you want to do. So, Ian Shepherd hit us up with one earlier, and that is...
Top three famous people you wish you could take to the pub.
Living or Dead.
Yeah.
Or top 3 sporting disappointments. Which when I got that on Twitter, I was like, that's a belter,
a
but
good one.
They're both good though. It's a hard one to choose from.
it's your shout,
you.
whatever you want. The other one gets rolled over to next week, so they will both get used.
I want to
Ian's
hear
a good
everyone's
one as well.
sporting disappointment.
And then we can go right into sports right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Oh, there's a segue.
Oh, right,
Segue for your ass. Yeah.
I'll jump in at number 3. Probably the most recent Old Firm game.
Oh, get the fuck out
No,
of here.
come on, just because fresh more, it was just because like I'd been 13 Celtic Rangers games unbeaten, and it was just a beautiful time to be a Celtic fan. And then they shat it in that last match. So I'm going to go with that. in.
fucking brilliant.
Especially because of how many pelters I'd give Rangers fans on this show.
Yeah.
So I had to eat a big old slice of humble pie.
Yeah.
Second, probably when McGregor got Sparkle by Diaz. I think just because that was sort of the beginning of the end.
Oh, I won money on that, so it was a good end for me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just because like I jumped right on the corner train and I was loving the hype and I just wanted to see him because I like Nate Diaz, but I wanted it to keep going. You know what I mean? I wanted them to keep just fucking shooting through the roof in this, and he just once he got Sparkle there, the magic kind of went a wee bit. Even when he won the second fight, we'll say one, it was a touchy subject, but so that was it. And then the biggest one has got to be when Celtic got beat by Porto in the UEFA Cup final.
I knew that was going to be your number one.
2004.
I knew that, mate.
Came what it is. It still hurts to this day.
2003.
Man. 2003, sorry. Yeah, it still hurts, man, because that dirty bastard Jose Mourinho, and I still can't stand him to this day because his team were just a bunch of arseholes. But to come back twice in a match and still get beat after like literally just rolling through his team, and especially when we beat fucking Blackburn Rovers and Graham Souness saying I was mailing his boys out there, and then fucking we mugged them off at whatever shithole ground they play at. And then to get to the final in Seville, Ewood Park, and then like actually, it was just the whole magic in it as well. My mum and dad went over as well, and they said there was 80,000 Celtic fans went over to Seville for that final. Not one person got arrested. Again, like the whole city absolutely loved it. The atmosphere looked amazing, and I remember my mum and dad were in Seville, so I was at Barry's house, my mate Barry's house, watched the game, and I literally went in the bathroom and cried for about 20 minutes after the game. Because I had the feeling like I had the feeling that was the last time a team like from Scotland would ever get that far in a European competition for at least a long, long time. Because even the Europa League now, you're looking at teams like Inter Milan, Chelsea, Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not the Europa Cup.
You shouldn't be going out the Champions League group stages and getting parachuted into the Europa League.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it should be a separate competition. Like you should have these fucking billionaire
No, they were
clubs.
in one competition, weren't good enough for it, so they shouldn't get parachuted into anything else.
I agree, but the thing is, it's like that hurt. I remember I bought my dad the Road to Seville for Christmas, and we watched it right up to the final, and then we turned it off.
Titanic's got a better ending than that, mate.
But yeah, it still hurts when I think about it. Like I can't even watch highlights for that game even now because it still fucks me up. So that's my top three.
And Henrik Larsson probably couldn't have done any more on the day, could he?
That's what I'm
two
saying.
goals.
Like two fucking sensational goals. Like, came on as well. I don't
It's
think
because he's had Bobo Baldy.
I genuinely, I know this will sound like a bitter Celtic fan, but I don't think it would have been as bad had like the Porto players not been rolling about like a sniper had hit them every 2 minutes, man.
Isn't that what the sport is, though?
That's what you got to do to win,
It
mate.
is not. I get that, do you know what I mean? But I think that's what makes it hurt the most is that, you know what I mean, Celtic played out their skin and they just couldn't get there. So that's me.
You want
Do I
to go up next? No, you can go.
Three for me would probably be Three for me would probably be Sir Alex Ferguson leaving Man United. Although I'm not a dedicated football fan, I just knew that was going to be a slippery time for them. I think that's probably why he left when he did, to be fair.
I knew it was coming.
Maybe.
Because he would have left the year before if City hadn't snapped it from under their nose, would he? So.
Two would probably be waiting up all night to watch McGregor against Jose Aldo. It was I'm glad it happened the way it did, but not 13 seconds after waiting up till like whatever time in the morning.
The story I tell for that one is the fact that it took me 25 minutes to defrost my car to go home. 13 seconds for the fight to fucking... Yeah.
We had a party up at the flat that night and there was a few folk there, and then everyone just waiting for this one fight to kick off, and then just done like that. Everyone's gutted. Number one for me personally is every competition for me last year.
No,
that's what I'm going with. Yeah, so this year is going to be better, hopefully.
Fuck aye.
Hell yeah.
Mikey Dots.
These actually came to me pretty quick, and I didn't think that I was.
Because you're a Giants fan.
I could have had three from them. Yeah. The number three was this is after Michael Jordan retired and then came back. He was wearing 45. Got to the playoffs, and then they played the Magic, and Jordan got stripped from behind by Nick Anderson, and then they went on to lose that game, and they lost that series. I'm still a huge Jordan fan. I was fucking devastated.
Just
I was
the
like,
Magic going a bit, yeah.
Damn it. This is when they had Shaq and Penny, and took everything they had to knock the Bulls out, and then they did. I think they went on to win the they lost to Houston that year, actually, in the finals. Number two, Mike Tyson losing to Evander Holyfield the first fight. That fucked me up.
That
I was
was-
like, I didn't think that he could lose. I mean, he lost to Buster Douglas by that point already. But I was like, this is like out of jail Mike. This is Mike still killing people. When I saw that and I saw like the fight go in the distance and then Mike wasn't doing what he needed to do, I was like, oh wow, this is uncharted territory here. I don't know what I'm watching. So that was a bit jarring to watch. Number one, the Giants losing to the Eagles on a punt. They were up 17 in the fourth quarter. Vic just came all the way back and just destroyed them. And then they punted the ball away. Final kick of the game. They returned the punt for a touchdown. Game over.
Was it just a normal league game or was it?
It was the end of the season, but it's a divisional game too against Philadelphia. So you never want to lose those. And it was just because they were up by so much in the fourth quarter, and you're like, there's no way that they can piss this game away. And they did. They managed to piss that game away. So that's the Giants for you.
Andy Mack.
All right, keep these short and sweet. First one, Euro 2008 qualifier, Scotland, Italy at Hampden. The Panucci header from the free kick that never was.
The fucking linesman.
Because they hadn't got in front of him and won the ball back, and then they gave the free kick to Italians, and you just knew 88th minute going 89th, you just knew what was going to happen. That's ultimately that game. I mean, there was obviously drop points in that throughout that campaign, but that was just fucking heartbreaking. We were very, very close.
What year was
to
that?
get into the Euros. That was 2008.
Oh, okay.
Heartbreaking, and I was at that game, which made it even more
I was
heartbreaking. It was
paid
just
for
like,
tickets to like a big thing on Glasgow Green. They put up a massive tent, had big screens and like a band playing. It was a whole day thing. Atmosphere was amazing, and obviously we were going through to the 80th minute. And
Did you say that you're stopping? Sorry, a quick tangent here. That you're not going to watch Scotland play for some reason, or was that?
That's pretty much at the point where I stopped watching Scotland.
Oh, okay.
It was
But
after
you off that bad, huh?
Yeah, well, I also.
I thought it was something else. I thought it was.
No. That's the reason why I don't watch Scotland, because I'm sick of watching the shite, and I'm sick of getting my hopes up only to be disappointed time after time after time. Number 2 is the 2014 Scottish Cup final. Where St Johnstone beat Dundee United 2-0. Now, actually, I wasn't at the game because I was off my work at the time because I had a pretty bad problem with my back, so I was pretty much like bedridden at that point. So I couldn't go to the game, but it was pretty heartbreaking to see all the plastics out fucking supporting St Johnstone afterwards as they were doing their wee fucking parade doing the tune and that, and there's tens of thousands of people there, and then you get to the first game of the season, sell 6,000 tickets.
I went to the
Ice Factory was absolutely packed full of people that night.
I remember.
that night,
Yeah.
I was
I bet the town was fucking wild.
I was in the
happening
Ice
that
Factory. I don't know, was I out or was I working? I can't remember.
Stevie May was a
And
god for those
It
couple
was
of
absolutely
weeks.
packed. It was crazy. Like.
Yeah, I'll bet that was that was the first major trophy St Johnstone had ever won, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Do you know what pissed me off with that one? I went along to that game. My mate's a big Saints fan, so a load of us all went out for the day. I've been to Celtic Park hundreds of times throughout my life since I was a kid, and the only time I ever ended up on the telly is when I was sitting in the fucking Saints end for the Scottish Cup final. Bastard. What's number
plastic
1?
fan.
It was a good
Number
sesh.
1. It's an interesting one. But this was actually from not last summer, the year before. I lost the Murray's Hall Club Championship, so the golf. There's no way, like, I could never ever play better golf in my life, I don't think, and still not win. I went 37 holes with the guy. The guy played off of like a fucking 4 handicap. I play off of a 12. So there's a big, even though we're in the same division, there's a big skill gap there between 12 and somebody playing off of 4. And I went 37 holes with the guy. Like, mate, I was draining monster putts, knocking wedges, approach shots, just crisp as you like. This guy could not shake me off. Great player. On the 18th hole, the 18th at Murray's Hall was a par 3. I hit a lovely shot, little 5-iron, straight to the centre of the green. Exactly what I planned to do. He went off the green. I had 2 putts to win it. The first one lipped, the second one lipped. Then when I went to the next hole, I hit a big snaky draw, which is a right to left shaping shot.
Yeah.
And at Murray's Hall, you want to hit a draw, but you can't overdraw because you'll clip the trees. I clipped the trees. The guy hit a beautiful perler right up there, knocked his approach shot on. And I was struggling. There was no way I was going to make a 4 even par the hole. He was up and down in the birdie. Guy was a fucking top class player. But I take myself, I'd only joined there like after a year, and I was like, man, I'm in the club championship final. Like, what the fuck is going on? Mate, 37 holes of golf starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. We weren't done till fucking 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. And to come away from that having played the best you could have possibly ever played across all facets of your game and not walk away with the W.
Hurts.
Crushing. It's all right though. I won this other trophy. It was a weekend shootout and that, so that made me feel a bit better. But
You want that one?
the club championship, man,
That'd have been nice.
presented by QC Donald Dewar.
Oh.
So I'll tell you a story just quickly about when I went to the Christmas, the prize giving. So I got my ticket and that, great, yeah, perfect. Got there, pulled up. Nobody told me that it was a fucking black tie event.
What were you wearing?
Fucking pretty much what I am now. Swagged in, I was like, and then I just walked back at the door, never collected my trophy.
No!
No, it was...
No, you're sitting here. Who got
That's
a bottle of
hilarious.
Bucky High?
no. Yeah, it was, well, nobody told me it was... There was fucking guys there, fucking kilts and like tuxedos and Donald Finlay QC. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's Murray's Hall, man. They're all big wigging it. Fucking.
You could have been the Happy Gilmore of the
I
event.
can't, aye.
Oh, honest head, I brought the hoose down, man. Imagine taking your photo in that, like, up on the club thing across the wall every year, every person, suit, tuxedo, whatever. There's me with a fucking backwards cap on,
A fat dangle hanging out your butt.
shirt and that. No.
We're not letting the riffraff in next year.
So yeah, that was my biggest sporting disappointment.
Well, should we roll into a wee quick sports section before we go him?
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
Sports.
Let's get ready to rumble. Take him out, son. I mean that. Take him out. That is one of the craziest stoppages I have ever seen. What you going to do? What you going to do?
What you got, Mikey Dots? This is your time to shine.
Oh, the stage is set for Super Bowl 53.
Ooh.
The
Fucking
I was gonna say
Patriots.
St. Louis. The LA Rams kind of eked by the eked by the New Orleans Saints.
The Saints were well up as well.
They were up 13-0 in the first
Yeah.
quarter. Yeah.
I saw a video of all the Saints fans. It must have been on somebody's Snapchat. So it was all like throughout the entire game, everybody's dancing.
Dancing and shit,
The
yeah.
very last clip of the story is just like the field goal getting kicked.
Yeah.
And the guy just turns around and looks back across the room. And it's
Not dancing
this for
anymore.
fucking wiping tears and fucking like, oh, mate.
Yeah, so we're all Rams fans then, apparently.
It will have to be. I'm kind of stuck in between because for those who haven't been under a rock the last couple of days, Patriots won, of course, as they always fucking do.
Yeah. Do you see that video you commented on where the ref says, "I've got your back"?
Yeah.
To Tom Brady. That's a bit fucking sus, man.
Yeah, but who knows what the context is of that? And we know that the Patriots get every call anyway. Why is that surprising to anybody? Like they get every single
It's
call.
the same with Rangers,
all
mate.
done.
It's fine.
Oh,
Why do they get every call? What makes them so...
because they're good. That's why they get every call. And it seems like they do get every call. It's just because it seems like that when you play a team that's really, really good, you're playing very well, and it's kind of like, oh, something's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna get. He did get a bullshit call where they hit the guy Tom Brady's shoulder pad. They threw a flag and they're like, they hit him in the head. And they're like, no, they didn't hit him in the
What
head.
gets me, right, is in soccer, football, there's very little. There is coming to now the video action replay.
Yeah,
But in American football, they can throw up for review.
they can. Yeah.
So then why would that not be flagged as not...
Well, see, this is something that happened in the first game. That's a good question. It's a good question, Jordan. I'll
Thanks,
answer that
Mike.
right now. 'Cause this is something that happened in the first game where there was a pass interference call, but it wasn't called. So it was clearly a penalty. The refs didn't call it. So you can't challenge something that didn't happen or that wasn't called on the field.
Yeah.
So basically, because what happens down the line where you start challenging plays just for no reason, just to stop the game, you know, so you can't have that. So the guy just basically ran into the guy. No flag was called. No flag was thrown, and so people are like, "Well, that's clearly a foul." The league after the game said it's a foul. We know it was a foul. It was a mistake. It doesn't really help anybody out to tell anybody that because the game's over and they lost. They didn't lose because of that, but that did help them.
Yeah.
The Saints lose, but you can't. You can't challenge something that wasn't called on the field that the refs didn't see. So it was kind of like in the WWE when they get hit with the chair because the refs been fucking around with the pretty girl on the apron. It's kind of like that. So, but it was the best weekend or the best Sunday of football in quite a long time.
Yeah, 'cause they were
despite the refs
both
being bullshit.
both overtime games, weren't
Both
they?
overtime games.
Yeah, I watched the highlights on my phone the next morning. They both looked like fucking cracking games.
Very good games. Very good games. So,
Who's going to win in a fortnight's time then?
ooh, I don't know.
See what?
Probably New England.
I'm just hoping for a good game. I'd like the Pats to not win. However, as just a casual observer to this match, like I'm on the fence. Really, I've no stake in either horse. Like last year,
Yeah.
I wanted Philly to win because Chuff supports Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I don't want it to be like 45-0 to the Pats. You know what I mean? I'd like to see a good back and forth game. Do you know what I mean? Like.
They keep it close to Pat. They always keep it interesting because they're just well coached and they always have good players. But I think it'll be the Pat. You can't pick against them, especially after 2 years ago when they were down 28-3. You can't pick against them.
No. I'd like to though. Do you watch any American
badly.
football, Nate?
Nah, not really.
Nah.
I've seen some of it. I quite like it, but I've never followed it closely. Like I kind of got into it from. You ever watched Last Chance U on Netflix? That's
Yeah,
kind of what
Great show.
made me interested in it at all. But
I think that it just needs a bit of balance to it. I think, yeah, okay, New England are clearly good, but are they really that much superior than all the other 16 teams in the AFC? I think the divisions need a little bit of jigging around, man, because
I
it's the
think when it
same
comes to the
teams
Pats, like you said, they're well
year in,
coached.
year out, man. It's the same
it's-
teams in the playoffs.
They are
generally.
unbelievably well coached. Bill Belichick's a god. But I think that and it's just the AFC East has just been so poor over the last God knows how long.
Well,
so
we both support teams that are in the NFC East. Look at how tough our division is.
it's
Skins,
competitive, yeah.
Cowboys, the Eagles, and Giants.
And the Giants, yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, and then you look at what New England have got in their division every year,
I know.
Man, they've got the Jets for fuck's sake. We are
and
awful.
Cincinnati as well.
No, it's Jets, Bills,
Bills.
Jets, Bills, Dolphins,
Yeah.
Patriots. Yeah, but I'm kind of on the fence because if they do win, I'm happy if they win. If they go away, if they go away after this year, you can take your last Super Bowl, Tommy, ride off in the fucking sunset with your UGG boots on and your hot wife, and that's fine. Bill Belichick go die in a corner somewhere. Just go away. Just go away after this and let somebody else get a trophy.
It's been a long dynasty, though, hasn't it? I
It's
mean,
like
it's
been
been
18
15
years?
years or something like that.
The fucking
Not that they haven't won consistent, they haven't won Super Bowls in that whole time, but they've just been so good for 18 years. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they've been at 9 or 10 Super Bowls since 2003.
Yeah.
That's 15 years, man. That's a monopoly on that AFC spot.
Unbelievable.
There's 17 years between the quarterbacks in age. So
Yeah.
when Tom Brady was in his first Super Bowl, the Rams QB was 7 years old.
That's nuts.
That's fucking bananas.
And he'll probably get handed a lesson
Yeah, he'll get hammered
in a
next
couple
week.
of Sundays.
Nah, I'm definitely going Rams. Rams, baby.
What do you think, Andy Mac?
I honestly don't know. I haven't watched a huge amount of the NFL this year, so
I've definitely not watched as much as I'd like.
But if I say anything, I think that's quite a good story for the Rams, considering they moved from where was it, St. Louis,
St. Louis to LA.
2 years ago to LA, and they were dog shit last year, weren't they? Or were they decent?
No, they were decent last year. The year before,
when
yeah,
they first
were-
moved to LA.
Yeah, they weren't too good. No.
So yeah, I think for that reason, I'm one to break up the monopolies, the dynasty.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's
So,
I think
yeah,
when
bring
it
on,
when
man.
it comes to that as
Rams.
well, like if you're not that fussed either way, you cannot always go for the underdog.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I
What-
think the Pats are the underdog, actually.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
Why is the Rams defense
But it's like
or offense
it's like minus
super hot?
one. It's not really that much.
But I mean,
So a
just
coin
like you
flip,
say, just
yeah.
in general, like the Rams aren't the dynasty that the Pats are, and you expect Brady to rock up and do what Tom Brady does.
yes,
Win, rock.
win.
That's what it's all about, man.
There was one thing that happened in the playoffs. This is probably 2 weeks ago. It was the first female ref to ref a playoff game, and everyone was making a big deal about it. They said, well, they didn't make a big deal about it, but the NFL, that looks good for them. So they had it a couple of times in the broadcast and said, oh, she's the first, blah, blah, blah. And the next day on Twitter, everyone was like, well, why do you have to say it so often? And it's kind of like, you can't fucking win, all right? Because we want to say it so often because it is a big deal because she's the first female, and we want to say it because they probably want to say it because it probably helps appease a crowd as well. But it's like, I commented on something on Twitter, and they were like, oh, you shouldn't have to say it so often. I was like, if you don't think representation matters, then that's fine. But I was like, I personally do think representation matters. There could be some girl watching with her dad or her uncle somewhere thinking like, hey, you know what, I probably can't play in the NFL. They don't have women there, but at least I can go on the field and I can play a part
Well,
in
that's
the team.
the
you know?
thing. It's just right, you say representation when the woman was announced as Doctor Who.
Yeah.
There was a million little girls who probably never watched Doctor Who in their life. All of a sudden, were interested because I'm going to grow up to be a woman. I mean,
Yeah.
I could be a fucking time traveling space doctor.
Who knows these days? You could be one of many.
Yeah,
genders
that's
that are-
I mean, just don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself that she's just plucked out there some token lassie that's put out there. She will be
She would have
tested
worked her
through
ass
the
off,
most
yeah.
stringent,
best of the
examinations and
best,
that
yeah.
to be on that field. So look, I don't give a fuck
As long as they call-
she is good at her job.
Well, they had
Yeah.
the
She makes
exact,
the right
they
calls,
had the
that's all
exact
that
same
matters.
thing when they introduced female linesmen in the Premiership a few years ago. Folk were like, it's shocking, man. Why is it
Why?
shocking?
Have you seen how hard being a linesman actually is?
I've heard.
Gary Neville and Jamie Redknapp did a thing on Sky Sports where they did the same sort of tests as the linesmen and that get put through.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you, any of us, me
Mate,
included, get one of those
don't even know,
offside
mate.
calls right.
I gi-
Because at the speed these guys are playing
I
it.
give fucking.
You need to, yeah.
I give referees and linesmen absolute pelters, but there's not enough money in the world you could pay me to be a referee.
No.
Not enough money in the
Thankless
fucking
job.
world.
I'd end up saying something back on the way
Oh,
off
yeah,
the
you
pitch,
would.
man.
No, even a
I
fucking,
would,
no,
man.
even like keep it even worse, an army ref. I forgot. I started playing amateur football.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I started playing army football again this year, and I forgot how tight the refs get it, man.
So even at kids football and that, the refs get it tight for the parents and everything.
That's no
It's-
good.
Nah, it's-
Yeah. You shouldn't do that.
No.
Oh shit, what was I gonna say? Fuck, I forgot. All right, we'll just move on. Well, last thing in sports, I heard a football song the other day.
Okay.
It's the guy for Liverpool. What's the guy's name?
Firmino.
Firmino. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a good catchy football song. What's your favorite football song?
Scotty Sinclair's got one that goes to the tune of the Logical song by Supertramp.
Yeah.
Oh, Scotty Sinclair, oh, he is so wonderful. When he scores a goal, oh, it's brilliant. And it won, like, there was a thing on Twitter, and it was like the World Cup of football songs.
Yeah.
And they put like different polls up and songs against each other, and then it ended up winning that on Twitter.
So wait, he plays for
Celtic, obviously,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I should have known. Yeah.
What was the other end I remember? There was this isn't like good news, but when there was a Chris Boyd who plays for Kilmarnock, there was You're Just a Fat Marty Pello. And then there was a player called Jean-Claude Darcheville that played for Rangers a few years ago.
God, I remember
and
him.
he used to get You're Just a Fat Eddie Murphy. Things like I love like the imagination that comes up with
That's
football
nice.
fans.
You see on sports that there was a boy that's, I think it's Cardiff City he's might have signed for, and him and another one, I think it was one or two other people were on a passenger plane to fly over for the signing and just disappeared.
Yeah, you're the Argentinian boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened
They
last
signed
night.
him from Nantes in France, so he's meant to have flown over the channel.
Yeah.
Fucking their record signing as well,
It
eh?
was like 19 million or something.
Like the plane crashed?
Well, it just
The
disappeared.
planes just disappeared.
Aye.
So
crazy.
Yeah, it was just like a light aircraft. Well, not a light aircraft. But it was just like a small passenger plane, wasn't it? Like a private
Over the
jet.
channel though.
Well, it's
English
not,
Channel.
Yeah, it's not even that far a journey. Folk have swam
trip, yeah.
Folk have swam it, so it's obviously just coming to some sort of trouble.
Generally,
man.
didn't swim it once you've fallen out the sky.
No, I'm saying
20, 30
before.
feet.
I've not seen the cunts jump out and went for a
He's a
dick.
world class athlete. Why didn't he just land and swim? No.
No, I know what you meant. I'm just.
Don't be a dick. Facetious.
Don't worry about me.
So
do you have a song actually? Any football songs that ring your bell?
Not to be honest.
No.
Ring your bell?
Ring your bell. Andy Mack.
No, it was that Will Griggs song that a couple of years
Will
ago that
Griggs on fire.
everyone
That
was
was
singing.
brilliant.
Aye,
That
it
was funny.
That was good.
I'm not a Rangers fan, but my favourite one is he dives to the left, he dives to the right. Alan McGregor, you fill in the blanks. That was always a good one. He used to get that sung at him for all corners, man. Wherever
Oh,
he
there's
went.
been some. The best ones are ones that folks sing about opposing players.
Yeah.
The best one I remember was, I'm sure it was Dundee United fans, and it was about the time that Rangers were about to go into liquidation. And the Dundee United fans just started going, Rangers told you a lie. Your Rangers told you a lie. Or when they went into liquidation and nobody started calling them zombies whenever they came to Celtic Park.
Zombies.
They started doing Zombie Nation.
Oh.
I still notice that any time United don't have a good result, obviously then, coming back from the game, I'll be scanning through Twitter and it's fucking Rangers fans commenting on it, man.
No, they hate them. They hate
they
Dundee.
fucking hate us, man, and I love it with a passion.
Nom, 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 nom. Give me all them delicious huntiers.
Before you're winning no league, your club's dead. Right, move on.
Before that Liverpool one, I liked what's it? Adnan Yanislav. Is that his name?
Januzaj.
Januzaj. I love that song. I love it. I was singing that around the house all day.
Have you seen the guy from Seattle trying to like get the crowd to cheer along?
He's a psychopath, man.
And there's like 8 folk like Seattle, and he's like, yeah.
What have you been watching or listening to this week?
I watched Sex Education
Oh,
on
me
Netflix.
too. It's on mine, yeah.
Fucking sensational, man.
Hilarious,
Like so funny.
Is that one with Gillian Anderson in it? I heard them talking about it on Janice Forsyth's show this afternoon. She said it was really
X-Files,
good.
Gillian Anderson?
Yeah,
That's the mom.
That's the mum. Yeah.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh, no.
man, she is looking deadly these days. By the way,
She was always
Mate,
deadly
I'll
back
give
in the
you.
day,
I'll
man.
give her like.
Wait, is she English?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Weird, wild. Did not know
So
that.
I'll just do a couple of scones here. Sex Education, 8 bananas. Gillian Anderson, 12 bananas.
Including the one in your pants.
Oh, fucking hell, mate. What
See,
else?
it's only just me that makes bad jokes.
I just started listening to it. I didn't realise Mike Tyson's got a podcast
Yes.
called Hotboxing, and he's just done an episode
Hotboxing.
Hotboxing. He's just done an episode with Steve-O,
Yeah.
and I've just started listening to it, but it turns out that Steve-O and Mike Tyson spent some time in the same psych ward as each other.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's meant to be like an absolutely brilliant episode. So I've started listening to that, and also, don't know how I was late to this party, but Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels, yeah.
I've just never
they're
ever
good.
listened to them before, and then it popped up. Joe Rogan put up a picture of like Run the Jewels 3. So I listened to a couple of albums off that, loved it, so went right back to the start, and I've just been like in the gym, just busting Run the Jewels and just feeling fucking aggro as fuck.
Great album, yeah.
It's the one. What's the one? I think it's called like Sea Legs, and he's like, I just want to make love to your booty. And I was like creasing myself in the gym, so I Run the Jewels, decent.
Cool, I'm glad you enjoyed that one, man. I actually did have something, I'll throw it in quickly. It was JRE Mike Tyson, just because you reminded me about that there. And yeah, that's
That wee box that he brought him was cool. You see the gift
that
box
was
he
cool.
got?
Mate, I mean the one I sent you the
Crazy.
video.
honestly.
Did you know about Fordun? I was like,
I was dribbling. I was like,
Deep in
look at that,
those
man.
Cubano Jagos.
Oh my God, you'd be fucking high for forever. Some of those big
So do you know
janties,
is
like
that-
the big green fucking
Ah,
cigars, man.
Is that you want to go to the moon?
See, I watched that too. I thought it was a bit underwhelming, but it's because we know everything about Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
what I like about Joe Rogan's one with him. I've seen that at training, that it's good that he doesn't just ask him questions about the same stuff that everyone always has asked him. It's just like a general, just a conversation about random shit.
He really struck me as like being a bit of a fanboy on that episode. How many times you thought, I remember when I was growing up and you were the man, you were the man.
Yeah, he
It's
did.
just like-
He was.
He would be
They
the-
were so high.
But-
they were
but-
both stupid high too.
But then in those days, the
No
late
fucking
80s,
wonder.
late 80s, early 90s, Mike Tyson
He was the man.
was the man.
He was fucking out of his mind. You see when he talk about crashing the Rolls Royce, and he was like, yeah. He was like, I just told the guy to keep it. And he was like, wait a minute, I'm going to get that car.
Yeah, Tom Segura was on it at the start.
Yeah, he was-
Tom Segura's bit about meeting Mike Tyson is one of the funniest bits of comedy ever.
Oh, I didn't see it.
So you should check that out as well.
The only other thing I watched was the UFC there at the weekend as well, which I was shocked at. I can't believe.
Ah, that stoppage, man.
32
Oh.
seconds, man. Yeah, it wasn't a great stoppage,
No.
but I'm not. It wasn't great, but
You seen him go limp?
I understand why he stopped
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Aye,
yeah.
that's it. You see Dillashaw might have been ready to
Segura.
continue, but like you say, the ref's got to call it safely. And you see him go down. And it might have been for a split second, but as soon as somebody loses consciousness, and that should be fucking...
It's the cut down to that weight to then have a 32 second fight, the way it's
Aye, he was unhappy as well.
Yeah.
He was seeking the
But-
press
sore
conference.
loser, the way.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, but he's the kind of guy though that something like that will probably only serve to be a really good fuel to motivate him.
yeah,
I think going
yeah.
forward, I think he'll be extremely dangerous.
I seen a statistic
forward.
that said that his record's like 4 wins, 1 loss, then 4 wins, then 1 loss after that, and then 4 wins again, and then he had 4 wins, and then that was his loss again. So
That's
just
right,
keeps
because his
going.
record's
Yeah.
20-4.
On
Yeah.
the cycle. Shit.
So yeah, that was good. Didn't have any bets on or that, but yeah, Henry Cejudo is the fucking
The truth, by
man.
the way.
And just what I noticed on before I came down was he was on Ariel Hawani's show. I don't know if any of you guys ever.
I've never
watch
listened to it.
Ariel
I
I
Hawani.
recently
quite
stuff.
like his show, yeah.
It's always really good, man. He was saying how on the way out there he'd been sat next to one of the Bella twins in first class.
It's one John Cena's girlfriend
Yes,
or
yeah.
something.
John Cena's ex, I think.
Oh, is it?
And because the other one's married to Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. But
That's,
aye,
by the way, that's one of my favourite matches. Is the one where he won the title off of Triple H after having to compete in
stick
it
that in the top 3 for the week after. Top 3 wrestling moments or
Soon.
something.
Oh,
that
good
would be
shout.
a really
I got a
good
couple
one.
of
Cool.
But just to finish up, he was then on Ariel Hawani and he was talking about how it was so nice. Hawani's then tweeted out like, "Oh, Bella Twins, Henry," and then they're like messaging him back like, "Yeah, no problem. Next time you're in Phoenix," and there's obviously a big event, UFC event coming up in Phoenix and all that. So looks like he scored himself on the back of knocking a TJ Dillashaw, one of the Bella Twins.
that's a
Can
Bella
you sell, mate.
At least he can have a bird in his bed instead of getting posing for photos with his belt in his bed, man.
Also, as well, the new UFC belt.
horrible,
The
man.
new UFC belt.
It looks like a fucking plastic belt, man. It looks terrible.
I seen a funny one. It's like Dana White morphed into like a Power Ranger with a belt in the middle of his chest. It suits it like.
Oh, the belts are minging. So yeah, for somebody with no watching listening to this week, that was
There
mine.
you go.
Mikey Dots, what you on?
I had the Tyson Joe Rogan thing. Thought it was a little bit. Well, they're always long, but I just didn't think there was too much new information there. But it was all right. I started watching Shape of Water. That was pretty good. I also saw this really, really cool YouTube video just for scrolling Netflix about like kind of knife violence in London, and it's a not a documentary, but it's kind of poetry, and then there's like things that happen in the background. So they show a kid. It's called Amani. Show a kid growing up and how he gets into all this stuff, and then how he tries to transition out of it, but then he kind of gets caught up in it again. So really, really good. I'll put the link on the Facebook page. It's called Amani.
Nice. Nate, you got anything you want to talk about?
Well, to be fair, since before Christmas, I've been watching American Office because I bought the box set for my girlfriend's Christmas, and it's just every night we've been tearing into that. So that's all I've been.
Think it's
watching.
better than the British one?
Yeah, definitely.
ya?
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know. I don't know.
I don't know. I just didn't like Ricky Gervais. I think that's maybe my problem.
I like Ricky Gervais.
So-
I don't like him as a person, but like I do like The Office. But I've never actually taken a lot of time to sit down and watch the American one, so I might have
Oh,
to
it's
get
brilliant.
it back.
Like, really, it's
got its moment. It definitely has
just
its
gets
moments,
funnier and
man,
funnier
yeah.
as it goes on. Like, and I went to see Streets last night, so that was kind of
it good?
So on your
yeah, it's
Instagram.
class.
That's one of my all-time favourite albums. Is original Pirate
Yeah,
Material.
that was pretty much like most of what they played. Like, it was
I've
class.
always wanted to see them too.
Yeah, really
I
good.
think I've seen them twice actually.
Fuck you.
Any highlight in particular? Any tracks from that gig at all?
I was pretty. He done a funny thing. He got like a tenner. They were selling like 2-pint cups instead of keeping going back to the bar. And he went and got a tenner from the back, and then got the person that's dealing with the lights to keep the light on the tenner. And he got the crowd to pass the tenner all the way back to the bar, so that he can get a pint. And then the pint got taken. Well, the barmaid or whatever took the pint back up to the stage.
Yeah,
for
you
him.
don't want people trusting that.
I don't think they could
Right.
have sent that back through the crowd in case folk were putting stuff in it.
That's brilliant,
true,
man.
that's true.
Fuck aye.
Yeah,
I just still drunk it.
I'm about to get loose up here, boys.
he probably would have liked it.
Yeah.
He was stage dive. I think he stage dived in the first gig of their tour and dislocated his shoulder, so he was kind of tame after that.
Calm.
That was
He's going to
class.
take a stage dive.
When I saw them, I was in New Zealand and I saw them, and he was just kind of like, "Yeah, I want everyone to do this. When we get to this point in the song, I want everyone to just kneel down," and everyone kneeled down, and then everyone kind of jumped up at a different point. He was kind of like, he's like, "That was just for me. I just wanted to see that. There's nothing for you guys. I just wanted to see it."
They done fit, but you know it like at the end pretty much, and like obviously when they first started playing, everyone was going mental, but then he stopped it and got like everyone to do like a big massive circle so they could get like a huge mosh pit going when it started
I've
again.
seen
So
videos of
it
that
was
one
class,
live, and it
like-
looks like it absolutely
Aye.
boots off. Like,
Class.
aye.
Where was that? Was that the SECC?
No, it was at O2 Academy.
O2.
Kind of one over the bridge.
Yeah.
It was in there, so it's got a better venue for that kind of
Aye,
thing.
because the one on Socky Hall Street will be fucked
Aye,
still after the
yeah.
fire, won't it?
Brilliant. Right, nice one, man. Well, thanks, Nate, for
No
coming on
worries.
and talking some shit with us. I'm sure Andy Mack appreciated the
Yeah,
vegan
no,
advice.
thank you very
No
much, man.
worries.
Thank you for getting in touch and then actually hitting the
good.
balls to then jump on an episode as well.
I'm
So
quite
fair
new
play.
to it as well, so I didn't know if I've got the best of information, but
I'll be
easy to help.
messaging you every day.
Every day, mate. On his wee vlog.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Mac no
Maybe,
cheese.
guys. Honestly, I'd love to commit to something like that.
Even a weekly update,
But it
mate.
may be something that takes a little bit of time to do. But if folk were interested in it, then obviously, if there's a demand for it, then I would be
Listener,
keen
Gotta
to do
do
it.
one
what do you
first
think?
up.
What do you think?
So let us know.
Want to say thank you to this week's show sponsors, Fair City Jiu Jitsu. Get down to the boys in Perth, Perth's only dedicated Brazilian Jiu Jitsu training facility. Everyone's welcome, no fitness level or experience required, and your first class is free. day it. Thank you once again, Mikey Dots.
Good to have you back, man.
Yeah, man, it's been nice. I was lost without you last week.
Love you guys.
I was forgetting shit and everything.
Were you?
Yeah, I forgot to do watching, listening to. I was all over the place, man. I was a mess.
Is it because I have to scream it really loud into the microphone to get you to remember the sports?
I was a mess.
Where now?
I'm on Twitter at Wagwan Patrice. We are on Facebook and Podbean Monkey Sword Fight Podcast, and Twitter MSF_podcast.
Monkey Sword Fight Podcast on the Instagram, at _M_dots. Please send us agony indies to the email
Just
box.
send anything, man. Doesn't need to be that. Just let us know what you're up to this week. We don't care.
Magic, Nate, you got anyone you want to give out? Any handles, social medias?
It's at NateB1 on any social media. I just talk a lot of shit on there as well, so
Deadly.
feel free to get into that.
That's what Twitter's for, man. Spicy Twitter.
Spicy Twitter.
That's where you'll find me hanging out at Macapella.
Yes. Thank you once again for everyone who's liked, listened. Actually, I want to say this a couple of weeks ago and forgot. We hit 4,000 downloads a few weeks back.
Oh, yeah. Fucking battered through
Well,
that.
so we're currently sitting about 4,300 or something like that.
Something like that. So it'll be coming up for 5k anyway, which will be nice because we've been on the pod for about 9, nearly 10 months now. So
It's been awesome.
Let's try and get to 5K this episode. So please share, tell a friend,
Yes.
and download.
Everyone who's listening, take your friend's phone off them, open up their podcast app if they have an iPhone, download and subscribe Monkey Sword Fight.
Yes.
Do it for us now.
And I'll take another 13 Twitter followers as well because it's sitting at 987. It'd be nice to just round that out to a nice G.
Hit up the 1,000.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for everyone who's got in contact with the Braw Or Naw. Thank you for your emails. Thank you again to Nate for coming on. Thank you, one and everyone. Take it easy. We'll speak to you next week. Peace.